Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
バリのタイヤ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
7 at a brand new bending unit all the way through, just throws a early
極限の世界。そこでこそ磨かれる本物がある。クスコ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
水槽だ。Good afternoon, everybody, drift fans all around the world. We finally made it. Usually having a beautiful scene here, but you can see how foggy it is for the 2023 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at the Fuji International Speedway in the Shizuoka Prefecture.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. Like you just said, you know, the fog is coming down, and it looks like it's a little misty, but it's better than heavy pouring rain that we had earlier today during practice. And it looks like, you know, they're giving us a break on the weather a little bit. Hopefully, we're going to hold up and be able to finish up our 2 qualifying run from the 46 drivers that we have today here at Fuji Speedway. And here's a beautiful track. It is a pretty high speed. I would have to say not a high entry speed, but overall speed is pretty high. The track is very, very wide compared to the other tracks that we usually go to. Right here you see the outside zone 1, 2, and the inside clip. That was an angle that you can see from us at the judging stand. Here you go, that's Tom Saiba to the right. He is the Japanese live stream commentator. Also Nobuteru Taniguchi, another commentator in the Japanese live stream side. And Yoichi Momura also joining in as a commentator, and he's one of the judges here at the Formula Drift Japan series. And right next to Imamura, minding his own business here, it's Sean Adriano. Will introduce us here closely. Right here next to me, to the left on the screen, is Kenny Harris. He's going to be announcing and commentating. I'll be commentating. Also, one of the judges here for the American or the English live stream side, and Sean Adriano, all the way from the West Coast, from LBC, California. He is usually our helper and Judge Stewart and our sub-judge in the Formula Drift USA series, flown all the way over here to join our panel.
Exactly, and he's been able to join us all season so far, so we're glad that he's back here for round 3. Weather's not agreeing with us, but hey, like Robbie said, we got rid of the the R word. I'm not going to say it, but here you are.
はい、ミオリスこと青石みおりです。今回もリアルなレポートをお届けしていきますので、よろしくお願いします。
All right, so that's Miori. She is going to be our reporter for today. So hopefully we can hear some exciting news and some comments from the pits later whenever we have the time and, you know, if we have the right connection here. But looking over the track, we're going to go ahead and go over where we're scoring.
フォーミュラドリフトの審査方式について説明しよう。フォーミュラドリフトは3人の審査員によって審査が行われる。各審査員は走行ラインをチェックするラインジャッジ、ドリフトアングルをチェックするアングルジャッジ、そして走りを統括的にチェックするスタイルジャッジが担当する。 ラインジャッジ、アングルジャッジの審査のため、コースには4から5箇所の審査ポイントが設定されている。設定されているのは主にコーナークリップ付近、ポイントとゾーン、コースによってはタッチ&ゴーがあり、この4から5箇所の審査ポイントでマシンの挙動がチェックされる。ラインとアングルジャッジは審査のポイント1箇所につき最高5点または10点。審査ポイントは全部で4から5箇所、最高30点がドライバーに与えられる。もう一つがスタイルジャッジ。スタイルジャッジは主に走行中の車全体の流れをチェックする。このスタイルジャッジでは最高40点が与えられる。すべての点数を合計すると最高100点。ドライバーたちはこの100点を目指しチャレンジするのだ。さて、審査基準は次の通りである。ラインジャッジでは審査ポイントで確実にクリップについているかが重要。クリップから離れていくに従い得点は下がってしまう。アングルジャッジはクリップでのドリフトアングルが審査の対象。当然アングル、角度が大きいほど得点は高くなるが、戻ってしまったり不安定な場合は減点の対象となる。そしてスタイルジャッジ、スピード、スムーズさ、迫力、またドライビングから感じられるコミットメント、パッションもスタイルジャッジにおいて重要な要素である。審査では車の不必要な挙動、ブレやふらつき、メリハリのない走行などが減点の対象となる。またスタート時のエンジンストップ、フライングやパイロンタッチ計3回、審査コーナーでのスピンは即座に0点、コースからはみ出した場合は減点または0点の場合もある。ステアリングの角度が0度になるようなアンダーステアも含め、審査員の判断で0点になる。
So there you go. For those of you who did not catch all that, they were just explaining the basics of what we are looking into or looking for in the judging, about the line and the angle and the style, and it's a little different from how the US is right now. Let's go ahead and go over the track. We cannot see the start. We have cameras out there. We got the start line. 3, 2, 1 cone to the left. That's normal. It's just like any other track. And they start initiating on the turn. Now you got the outside zone 1 to the left. And way across the track, we have the outside zone 2 on the right side. Basically, it's like one big switchback, but you have to do it dynamically where they throw a lot of angle at outside zone 2. You have to come in, tuck the car into the inside clip. And as you are going through the inside clip, you have to make sure that the car is on throttle, most likely throughout the whole track, making your way to the outside zone 3 to the right, and the finish line is right after the outside zone 3. We do have the cones moved, so where the cone is that's not where the car is supposed to be. The end of the track where the rumble strip is the end of the track, so make sure that you have that in mind. And also, some cars may dip a tire or two here and there. There may be a deduction on the line judge side of it, but overall we're looking at a dynamic, cool run with a lot of angle, a lot of throttle. Maybe a little hard to do today because of the track surfaces, but hopefully the drivers could figure it out, because yesterday's the pre-qualify practice runs that we saw on the dry yesterday, we saw some dynamic runs there.
Exactly, and you can see right there at the top center part, that red box, that's where the judges stand are, so they're dead on. They can see all the areas getting filled, the zones, and they can see the angle that they flick from switching back from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. So it's going to be key for them to make sure they hit the zones and then flick their car in the right zones. And like Robbie said, the cones are bumped back about 3 meters just because of the simple fact that this is a huge international track and it just takes forever to replace those cones over and over and over. And I know I saw the comments in there, let's see some cones fly today, but hey, maybe we'll see them tomorrow during the tandem battle. But then again,
if you see a cone fly today, they're 3 tires off.
Exactly. So we'll see. But yeah, I was looking at the chat like before, and all year, the last 3 years, how we said it, I'm always on the live chat kind of reading in what's going on with everyone out there and the questions that you have. Mad Mike is out here, but we'll see how he's going to perform today after he left Pikes Peak.
So I think we're going to go into last year's qualifying, or before that, we're just going to look at the drone fly through the track. They're waiting for video. So they stopped, but there we go. So that's the finish. So I guess the drone footage is not going to be good. But yeah, there was a question in the chats too. Kale is not here. He might join us later this year. We don't know. He's a very busy man. We are on the rules. It says 2 tires off, and in the rule book too, but it's all wrong. It's supposed to be 3 tires off. Incomplete.
Yeah.
So make sure if you see 2 tires off, there's going to be a lot of guys that are 2 tires off. It's not an incomplete. It's going to be a deduction on the line side of it, but it's not a incomplete. So just don't get that mixed up. And I'm sorry, you know, I think I've brought it up to them before, but they haven't changed it on the. And then now we're going to the
2022 top.
さあ、北斗選手、1本目は84ポイント。2個目はどうだ、どんな走りを見せるのか。ナンバー15、北斗、TMAR、86。さあ、うおー、ベッカンド、すげえ飛び込みだ。そして振り返し、すげえアングルで今インクリップを取っていく。そしてアウトサイド。これはやばいでしょ。これはやばいでしょ。
See, so as you saw right there, you saw the line score. There was a deduction, and I believe that deduction most likely was at the outside zone 1. He dipped tires there. And the rest of the track, a lot of angle, a lot of throttle, a lot of commitment, and the way he tossed the car to the outside zone 2 with all that angle and commitment and throttle, I mean, he didn't lift at all. You know, that was a very beautiful run. And in my opinion, there was very, very small deductions that were made, and that's probably why he got a 96-point run on that. So good job by Matsuyama. And you know, yesterday's practice, he was looking pretty solid as well in the dry.
Yeah, this year he's in the A90 Supra by Cusco, so we're going to see how he does because last year he finished at 2nd overall.
And here's the top 3. We have Robampera coming in 1st place. 2nd place it was Kohashi, and in 3rd place we have Kanta. So we got the 3 young drivers that made the top 3 podium at Ebisu, round 2 Ebisu circuit for Formula Drift Japan. So like I said, you know, Kale is not here. I think he's joining.
I'm not even going to project it.
Yeah,
I'll wait till it comes out.
I think he's no. I think he's at Drift Masters or on his way or something.
He's on his way.
And then
前回エビスラウンド惜しくも2位となりました小橋選手にお越しいただいています。お願いします。前回ロバンペラ選手と戦っていただきました。振り返っていかがでしたか？
そうですね。まあ今だから言えるんですけど、まあスープラの方も今年からしたスープラなんですけども。まだ100% と言える状態じゃなかったんで、まあ、今だったら勝てたんじゃないかなと思います。はい。
ありがとうございます。それでは今回の意気込みをお願いします。
はい、まあ富士はですね、昨年別な車両なんですけども、まあちょっと不調だったので、あんまりいい成績じゃなかったんですけど、今年はスーパーだいぶ熟成されてきたんで、今回はいけると思います。はい。
はい、応援しています。小橋選手でした。ありがとうございます。
Alright, so that was Miori doing an interview with Kohashi, who came in 2nd at Ebisu. And he said, you know, at Ebisu round, the car wasn't 100%, and he said maybe the way the car is now, he might be able to take on Kale next time. So hopefully he can. And also, he's in a different car from last event here at Fuji. So end of last year when they were back here for Fuji. So he said the car is getting better and he feels a lot more confident. So he might be doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And like you were saying, so last year he actually finished 4th overall. So he was right there, just missed podium. He's sitting 2nd overall in points at 153. Got 2nd at Ebisu. So he's definitely on the right path to win a championship this year.
And I think we are almost about to start. We're only a few minutes away from starting our qualify. And I'm not going to even talk about, we're about a minute away, but I'm not even going to talk about the fog because, you know, it's coming and going. It clears up and makes me feel happy. Then all of a sudden it comes back. Right now, it looks like it's kind of creeping back, and we're gonna have to do the best we can.
We're getting a little bit of deja vu from Sugo when we were there last year. We had a few fog delays and stuff. We've already had a 2-hour delay due to the rain that we had earlier this morning. So we got to see a little bit of the practice in the rain and in the dry. All the drivers got to see that dynamic of the track and how it changes for them. So we're going to see how it goes, and you can clearly see we have 0 visibility in outer zone 1. So we're probably not going to kick it off just yet. You know, going back to the top 3 or the final 3 of round 2, Calais, Masanori, and Kanta, right behind them in 4th was Hiroya Mino, and he's actually sitting right now 1st in overall in the championship right now, sitting at 173 points, 20 points ahead of the second person, Kohashi, with Kanta right behind him, tied with Masayama at 122. So definitely it's a tight race this year, so we're going to see how it's going to go because we're about halfway through the season after this round.
Yeah, so we have 6 rounds in this season. We're at round 3. This is one of those powerhouse tracks that we have where we also have Sugo, which is a pretty fast track, and Okayama, which is the finals. Those are 2 other fast tracks that we have here too. So now it's going to be a power race, and you know who can be committed, fully committed.
Exactly. We'll see the commitment from this driver. First time coming out, competing out here in Formula Drift Japan. It's going to be Sha Chang-hao in the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange Asia R35 GTR. Did a phenomenal job during the private practice session yesterday. Let's see how he's going to do here today on his first qualifier run. Starting off fresh here, missing outer zone 1, not quite deep enough, but able to get to that outer zone 2 there. Coming into this inside clip and trying to get right back on it, right there between that inside clip to that outer zone 3. There's a little bit of a rough spot there for these drivers. It's a little, the grip level's less than what the rest of the track is.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a little patchy on the track. So unfortunate that he's the first one out to test out the track, but you see some smoke coming out of the tires, but it looks like he didn't anticipate it to be that grippy going to the outside zone 1, which he wasn't able to go all the way to the outside. After he passed the outside zone 2, getting to the inside clip, it looked like it was a little slick, and he had to get off the throttle to make sure that the car was settled. So really, really tricky surface for Sha Chang-hao for his first run, but he is able to get a score in.
So we'll see what the judges are going to give them. And yeah, this track is a lot easier visibility-wise for these drivers because you have the rumble strips. That indicates right there, that's the edge of the track. They can't go any further. Unlike some of our other tracks that we've heard, not complaints, but they kind of gave a concern of not being able to see the boxes and stuff because they
and you know, a lot of the guys tell us like, oh, I can't see this, I can't see that, but it's the same for everybody. And when somebody else can do it, that means it's possible. So we're not doing something that's impossible. And especially for this track, the rumble strip is really huge. When you're on it, you'll know.
So we'll see, just waiting for these judges to get the score on the board. We'll see here. I see some of the scores out there that you guys are putting. And there you go, 69 is going to be our first qualify run by Sha Chang-hao.
Yeah, so you have to see, like, just have that in your head. Sha's run that we saw right now, have that in your mind, and that's going to be pretty much a 70-point run, 69-point run. So something like that would be in the 70s or maybe in the high 60s. So have that in mind. Now we're going to go on to the next driver, and let's see how he is going to tackle this messed up surface, track surface.
Here we are, Konosuke Fujimoto in the D-Dash Racing S15, new power plant. He had to use SR for the longest time. Now he's coming out with a 2J. Here he is, coming around, fresh livery. Wasn't able to make it to last round, but here he is swinging back around in this outer zone 2, filling both zones. Oh, overshooting it right there. And right there, you can see the conditions of the track, disrupting the driver through that outer zone 2. So unfortunately, that'll be an incomplete for him.
See, I think it was hard because the practice session that we had today started off wet, and it started to get dry, but it started to get patchy as well. So I think some of these drivers probably thought that it was going to be okay to throw the car really hard at outside zone 2. And that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see a lot of angle and commitment going to the outside zone 2. But the surface could change everything. And unfortunately for Fujimoto, it was not working out. So that's the first run out of the 2. Hopefully he can make some sort of score for the second run.
There's the official score, incomplete, got a 0. Next up at the line, ready to go, is going to be Junji Yamamoto, number 7, in the Good Ride 2JZ FD3S project.
And that's, you just said it, it's an FD, all you FD cans, probably a lot of FD cans, but it's not locking the rotary, it's a 2J. And he's been in the series for quite a time too.
Yeah, and he throws some insane angle, and here he is ripping around into this outer zone 1. Whoa, way too deep right there, dipping 3 tires, swinging back around. Oh, just coming in way too hot, very aggressive. Love the aggression. Love the commitment, but it was just too much for this track and the conditions that we're facing.
Hey, you know what? I mean, A for effort, but, you know, I mean, it didn't work out. But, I mean, I like the aggression, like you said. You know, he kind of came out swinging. And, you know, he did go off course. He did, you know, spin out. But, I mean, this is the exciting part of – this is something that you can't forget about drifting. This is kind of cool to see a lot of throw. Look at that. It's, like, kind of going crazy. And boom. You know, it's like – that's something cool to see. And yes, we're not going to score it. It's an incomplete, but, you know, hands down to Yamamoto for giving it a try. Good luck for the second run.
There you are, incomplete for him. So we'll see next at the line. He's been here since day 1. We're on our 10th year anniversary now. Number 38, Tadahiro Fukada in the Tanaba SSR Team Dumlot JZX 100 Mark II.
Yeah, Fukada from the beginning of the season hasn't been doing super hot throughout the season. But he usually does good in Fuji because it's a very big track, and I think he knows what to do here. So hopefully he can get back his mojo and show us some exciting drifting here.
Oh, looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with that 3-2-1. Here he is coming around the 3-2-1, able to initiate into that outer zone 1. Nice job filling that zone, swinging it back around. Let's see if he can hold on here, just missing that inside clip, but swinging it back into this outer zone 3 and getting a run in the books. But yeah, like Robbie said, usually we end the season on Fuji. Last 2 seasons we had Fuji as our ending. Here we are having it as our midpoint of the season. But we'll see. There you are, swinging around, filling that zone, swinging it back around into this outer zone 2. Could have been a little deeper into that outer zone 2, but just overshot that inside clip. And you can see how far back they're pushed back, because otherwise right now we'd probably be on multiple delays if we had those cones right up against the course. Luckily, like I said, the rumble strip is a major indication for these drivers to understand where where the boundary is for the zone. So just waiting on these judges to get their scores in. We got 46 drivers. We're going to be looking at about 92 runs today. So we'll be talking about 92 runs, which is, you know, not too bad. You got to hear me a lot, but unfortunately for the judges, that's a lot on their mind. And for Robbie, he's multitasking, commenting, giving you guys what the judges see out on the course in the run. And we'll see what he's going to say about Fukada's run that he just got done with. Reviewing the replay one more time to make sure that he initiated at the right time. Here's the 3-2-1. There he is, bringing it back around. And you can see where that inside clip was. He was about 3 or 4 meters off that inside clip, but able to get out to that outer zone 3.
All right, so just have to double check some replays about the initiation. He was initiated and didn't correct after the 3-2-1 cone, so it's all right. But then the movement, you know, we want to make sure that they're, you know, at all motion. They can't do like a many motion drift, especially going down the straight and stuff. But going back to that, I'll talk about that later. But we are skipping car number 73, Ikuo Saito from Moti's West Autos GTR. He's not going to run his first run. And also car number 12, Nagayasu Miyagi is from Car Guy Racing. in the GT86. He is also not going to run his first run.
So we're moving along to number 41, Shiichi Uemura, and the TMS Racing Team Cylon Tire Uemura Sangyo JZX 100 Mark II.
Oh man, the fog just came right down.
Letting it blow past. But yeah, like you were saying about Fukada's run, like you said last year, if you guys viewed the live last year here, the final run, we had that contact right before the 3-2-1 initiation.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that, you know, multiple things were said about the run and how they were in it, the lead car was initiating and all that. But like you said that during that time,
yes,
the lead has
the right of way.
The right of way.
Period. I don't like unless they're letting off or, you know, playing tricks or doing something else. The lead car has everything, so the chase car has to get out of the way if they want to initiate close. They just have to be really, really careful, and that's all we can do. You know, I mean, what else can we do?
Exactly.
And when things like that happen, it's like, oh well, I did this or he did this, and it's like, well, I mean, we're only judging from what we see and what we know, and that's all we can do.
Exactly.
So,
And my apologies, Fukada did get a 65 on his official first qualifier run there. So they scored it. They said he was good, initiated at that one cone, and was able to make a pass. Definitely has to clean up that inside clip, but right now we got 2 scores on the board, 2 incompletes, and we were unfortunately unable to get 2 of the drivers out here. So hopefully they're going to get it together. They're going to review some of the runs that are done by these drivers in the patchy parts of the course to get a solid second qualifier run. Because, yeah, coming in with an incomplete, not incomplete, but also an incomplete, but not running your first run definitely puts you in that stressful situation.
Yeah, and the stress cut gets you, you know, so coming down to just one lap, especially in a condition like this where it's, you know, it's not full wet, it's not full dry, it's very patchy. This is the type of condition that I would not want to drive in, and I'm pretty sure the drivers probably feel the same way. But right now, I think we are kind of waiting for the fog. I'm sorry, guys, you know, you guys gonna bear with us because the fog kind of comes and goes. So we have to be, we have to make sure that we're going to be okay to be able to see, of course, you know, because we're going to be judging these drivers.
So yeah, Robbie's checking out the chat now, see what's going on out there. We got a few more minutes. We can't quite see outer zone 1 just yet, but we have a nice draft coming through, so hopefully it's going to blow this fog away. But that's the big thing that we deal with. A lot of our tracks are located either high in the mountains or mid-mountain, where we deal with a lot of this crazy weather that's unpredictable. And I know somebody asked if there's something we could do about the fog. Unfortunately, Mother Nature trumps all.
Yes, and there's a question, is the surface wet? It is, and it isn't. So you see the wipers going with the car, so I think it's very misty and foggy. So it's very damp, but at the same time, it's not fully dry. It's that yucky feeling that you have. I don't know if you've ever came to Japan before, but like right now, it's kind of cool.
Oh, the
but
humidity,
it feels kind of gross to wear a long sleeve because my arms feel gross. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just gross.
It's that humidity feel where you get
Yeah.
that instant like stickiness kind of.
Yeah, if everybody just start fanning away, then I think we should be good, but it's probably not going to work that way. I know. You know what? Who turned off the sun? Oh man, it's getting worse actually. Who turned off the sun? Turn it back on, please. Yep, that's right. R35 guy. He got a 69. Yes, it is. Right now, it's almost 1400, so it's almost 2 in the afternoon here at Fuji Speedway. And now that the driver is ready, because he went back to warm up his tires, now the driver's ready, but the track's not ready.
It looks clear right there, but if they could give you the view from what we're looking at, we can't even see the inside clip. We can't see outer zone 3, outer zone. We can't see any of the zones. We can't even see the track at this point. So we're just on a little delay here. You guys got any questions for Robbie or myself? Go ahead and shoot. There's about a 15-second delay between what we see on the live chat to what you guys are going to hear as a response to us.
Seriously, we need some fans out here. I'm doing my part right now.
But yeah, Fuji's a very interesting course. They do a lot of GT racing out here. It's roughly, I think, 3.7 miles long. So these guys are going from their pits. They have a hot pit down at the end for whenever we do the tandem battles. They're going to have one set up, but that's where the burnout pits and everything is set up right before the start line. And then when they come back around, they got to finish the track off. So whenever we do the tandem battle starting tomorrow, you're going to have them turn around after the finish line. They're going to turn back around to do their second run. So 3 weeks ago, we had Ebisu Circuit. We're actually going to be heading back to Ebisu next weekend. We're going to have the FDJ2 and the FDJ3 series go on. Same course. It's going to be at West Course. It's going to be the same thing as the Pro setup. It's going to be very interesting because it's the first time for a lot of these new drivers coming into the J3 and some of the ones coming into the J2 series. So it's going to be interesting. We had a rough patch when we were at Suzuka Twin Circuit. I think we had 4 qualifiers out of 24 drivers for the FDJ3 series. Hopefully we'll get a lot more. Hopefully the weather's going to cooperate like it's not doing right now for us. But yeah, you can see how happy Robbie is about the conditions, considering we were already on a 2-hour delay, which is just making everything drag out even longer. He's happy.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. How's your guys' day? Let us know where you're tuning in from. I know you're all over the world, and it's, you know, different time zones and stuff like that. But, oh, let me tell you a little story. This past weekend, I went to Mongolia, right, for the first time in my life. It was a really great experience, and, you know, I was kind of hesitant on going at first, but you know what? If you have an opportunity to go see something or do something, just do it. I mean, you won't regret it, because the experience you get, even if it's good or bad, you'll be learning from it. So hey,
can you say, like, I want to record that? Because the whole time Robbie's like, I don't want to go, and then he gets there.
I didn't. No, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I really didn't want to go at first because I'm really, really busy. But it was really worth it. And I think it's a pretty. Everybody probably doesn't have that in mind, where it's like, oh, it's a tourist spot. It is kind of a tourist spot.
Well, not only that, but if you get feedback from somebody else that's been there that had a bad experience, it might paint a bad picture for you. But like you said, at all the pictures you showed me and you posted on your social media, looks like you had a blast out there, and that's pretty cool. One day, hopefully, maybe I can make it out there. But we'll see. Let me scroll back up to the top. I see SoCal out there, Arkansas, Germany at 6:47 a.m. Man, early morning right there. Argentina, America, Spain, Oklahoma, St. Louis, Canada, Michigan. I see y'all out there, Texas, Ontario. Hey, I appreciate y'all viewing in with us. And yeah, it's pretty much at this point myself and Robbie's podcast, because at this point the track conditions are horrible. We still can't see. I think Robbie's getting a little bit more word on what the projected outcome's going to be here. But yeah, we're already on a 2-hour delay. Look at the fans fighting it out, cheering for their drivers, making it happen. And that was Matsuyama's fans right there. I believe family. They were cheering them on, so they got their fans set up for them. They're trying to wave the fog out the way. Well, let's see. I see out there in South Carolina, Texas, it's midnight. Evergreen Speedway land. Vegas, Arkansas out there, New Zealand. Yes, Mad Mike is out here to perform. We talked to him earlier. He had an insane time at Pikes Peak. So we're going to see how he's going to do out here, adjusting himself from the Mazda 3 Bullet that he's been driving out there, 4-rotor twin turbo, coming back out here in his Mad Bull RX-7 FD 4-rotor twin turbo. Thank you all for chiming into the chat.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I had to go off real quick, some tech stuff right now, but there's certain things that you got to do and have on your car, and make sure it all works. So if you can't, it's a no-go for some of the drivers. So We'll see. So right here, right now, we have Uemura ready to go, and thank you for the patience. Here is Shinichi Uemura's first run from TMS Racing, Team Silent Tire, Uemura Sanko.
The JZX 100 Mark II coming around through the 3-2-1. Approaching the outer zone 1, able to get to that outer zone 1. Looks like he was holding back just a little bit through that zone, but able to adjust himself. Just missing that inside clip. Ooh, and not the cleanest right there. Almost stalling just a little bit after that inside clip, decelling.
Yeah, he kind of looked iffy at the inside clip. Let's go ahead and check this out. He was very careful because there's smoke there, but it still looks like it's a little slippery too. Kind of shallow, not too exciting on the outside zone 1, and very shallow through here. He still does hold angle, but has to take out a lot of it to be able to drive through. So go ahead and add this up and see what his score is going to be. Yeah, Uemura was doing good in the dry yesterday in practice and had a few impressive runs, but right now, line-wise, it looked like he was taking it to the edge. And what we were talking about at the driver's meeting, that's a 66 for Uemura. What we were talking about at the driver's meeting, you have to be on the edge of the track, which is the asphalt, and we're giving the buffer zone area, which is the rumble strip. So if you're in that area, that's all the way on the outside. Just to let you know.
So next up at the line is going to be Sheng Nian in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles.
He's still in his second car, yeah?
Yes, he is.
Not his first main car.
He's still awaiting the final build on his other 100, but here he is. Very experienced in the 100 chassis. Let's see how he's going to do here. Looks like he struggled a little bit through practice, but here he is ripping into this 3-2-1.
Oh, no!
Oh, and unable to initiate into that 3-2-1, outer zone 1, and yeah, you saw right there. Not good for him. If you saw his social media, he was talking about cylinder, losing a cylinder early on yesterday at the private practice.
It sounds like it didn't sound too healthy, and maybe it's coming. Maybe that's why he doesn't have the full power to kick it out. I'm not sure. I'm not going to make guesses, but yeah, that's going to be an incomplete, unfortunately, for Nian. So hopefully he can get everything back together to how he wants it to be for the second run.
Exactly. Nian is usually very aggressive when it comes to driving, but unfortunately his car wasn't cooperating the way he wanted it to perform. But here we are. Next at the line is number 620, Hideoka in the HRK Rapid H6.
Yes, another driver, another veteran in the drift world, coming from the Formula Drift Japan FDJ2 series last year and making it into the FDJ series.
Roughly 800 horsepower is coming around, 2J powered, filling outer zone 1, bringing it back around into this outer zone 2. Not too bad through that outer zone 2, but just missing that inside clip. And like I said, that zone right there is where a lot of them are overshooting, not able to tuck it in and get into that inside clip.
And you know what? Maybe this is going to be very similar to a lot of the other runs because you're, number one, going to either not make a risk and make it through the track to get a score. And in this this run from Hiraoka, very safe, missing the inside clip, and also making it all the way out to the outside zone, dipping the tire there, but also shallow on the angle. So not so, how can I say it? Not so exciting to see, but a clean enough run to get a score. And maybe that's what a lot of these drivers are doing for their first runs.
And there you go on the screen. Next up at the line is going to be number 125, Yoshichika Tamagawa in the Car Guy Racing JZA80 Supra.
Tamagawa, it's almost a hit or miss lately because I remember him. He's one of the most exciting drivers out here. And lately it doesn't seem like it's been working out for him. So hopefully he can redeem himself here at Fuji.
Here he is coming in real hot into that outer zone 1. Swinging it back around. Looks like he held a little bit back, entering into that outer zone 2, trying to adjust himself for this inside clip. And yeah, definitely taken away from the fluidity of his run. But like Robbie said, he's usually very dynamic. He's usually consistent the last few years, but it looks like this year he's had a rough time to find his niche for his year.
Yeah, just double checking things right there. Very beautiful job at outside zone 1, then not so much of an angle going to outside zone 2. And right here, gets close to the inside clip and
close there on straightening through the finish.
Still has not a good. I'm actually have to deduct it there, but then the end of the outside zone 3. He does make a huge correction, almost straightening going through the finish line, but he doesn't get an incomplete. He did make a correction, and I have to dock him as a angle judge as well.
There you are. 58 is his official first qualify run. There you are. Next at the line is going to be number 86, Kenichi Takashima in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZX 100 Chaser.
Takashima also waiting for his RC. I think they're in the middle of building it. It's not going to get done. He's going to be driving this 100 until then. So let's see how he does in this borrowed 100.
Here he is coming around into the outer zone 1. Oh, overshooting it right there on the wrong course pretty much.
Yeah, I think he reinitiated right after the last standing cone, right after double checking. But either or, that's an incomplete from Takashima. You could hear the car. He's kicking the clutch, and right there, he had to reinitiate at the inside clip. So it looks like he didn't have enough juice for the car to keep going. One of the first cars to go to the outside zone 1 and knock over a cone. But this run did not work out for Takashima. So including the cars that did not make their first run, we have 11 cars that was supposed to be out here. 6 of them already got an incomplete.
On the screen now, you guys see Mao Yamanaka ready to go. Track workers are trying to get that pylon set back up at outer zone 1. Mao Yamanaka, he won the first ever series for FDJ2. Came into the Pro Series last year. Now he's in this new A90 Supra, the Good Ride Supra here. And we're going to see how he's going to do on his first qualify run.
The track guys here, everything is very, very far. They're gonna have to drive to the cones to make sure that they are in the location where they're supposed to be at. And there is Kuroda, Mr. Kuroda, Kuro-chan, which is our starter. So he's the Matt Sopa of FD Japan. We usually compare all the US workers and kind of place them into the Japanese guys, be like, oh, this is so-and-so's job in the US. It's an easier way to explain to some of the FD-US guys when they come.
So it looks like the track is ready to go. We'll see if Mao Yamanaka is going to be ready for his first qualify run. Looks like he's got the go-ahead now. He is approaching the 321, 2J powered, A90 Supra, swinging it around into this outer zone 1. Nice smoke cloud behind him there through that zone, filling that zone beautifully, swinging it back into this outer zone 2. Oh, looking very good up until that inside clip.
That was really, really good, and he tried to play it off, but we're probably going to make that a unchaseable lead. But that was probably one of the best runs that I've seen until now, even though it's an incomplete. Look at that. Nice flick. Could have been a little wider on outside zone 2, but throwing a little bit too much angle through the inside clip, and he doesn't correct. But I hope they explain that in the Japanese side of it too. We're giving him an incomplete because that's an unchaseable lead pretty much. But very good job by Mao Yamanaka. Hopefully we can see his second run turn out like that, but make sure he drives through it more clean and does it. the way it's supposed to be.
And you can see right there, they don't want to get close at all to that cone because it's very dangerous. And, you saw how his front end jumped up.
That car hopped. His bumper almost fell off, too.
So next up at the line, you can see from the distance is going to be number 17, Jin Horino in the Good Ride Sports with Tops Racing Mu VLS S14. Got a VR underneath that hood. We're going to see how he performs. Struggled a little bit last year breaking the car in. This year, he's just trying to find the balance of the car and his driving level. So we're going to see how he's going to do here. Approaching the 3-2-1 now. I can hear him coming around the bend. Bringing it into this outer zone 1. Coming in real hot. Just able to hold on. Dipping a tire through there. Coming around back into this outer zone 2. Oh, just too hot, though, into that inside clip.
Wow. Maxed out the angle there. All right, checking out the replay here. Nice job at the outside zone 1. Great amount of angle. Very good amount of angle. Then here, a little wobbly, but going to the outside zone 2, throws a lot of angle, pours a lot of angle through there, and has to pull out a little bit at the inside clip because of the over rotation that he had. But overall, as an angle judge, that was good. But it was kind of a sloppy run because he didn't, take the line how he was supposed to. He missed the inside clip 1 as well.
Yeah, definitely had beautiful angle, but unfortunately wasn't able to fill every single zone like he was supposed to. So he's probably going to get dinged there, but we're going to see what his score is going to be.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm the angle judge. Sean is the style judge, and Imamura is the line judge. See, there you go. The line judge had to take
65.
points off there. But he had a lot of angle, though. That's the highest angle score I gave today. 25.
There you are. Next up at the line right there is number 963, Daichi Mizutani in the Mizutani Motors Mariosha Racing S15. I know. Here he is coming around into this 3-2-1 here. Wants to come in real hot. Oh, just dipping 3 tires, but
no.
Woo! Very aggressive by him right there.
Like I said, that was very exciting. And, I do like these kind of runs. They did, what they had to make it look exciting, but it was a little too much. It'll be unfair for the people who can do it. Right there, it's 3 tires off right there from the, man, I thought he was going to go towards the wall. It was kind of scary. Man, if he was able to keep it a little bit more compact on the line side of it at the outside zone 1, maybe could have done a cleaner switch back to the outside zone 2. Would have been cool. I know you guys liked it. That was okay. How about we can find out who had the best incomplete?
That's what we're going for now, yeah.
Yeah, because we do have a lot of incomplete right now. 14 runs, 8 incompletes.
Oh, wow. Let's see how this young driver is going to do here. See if he can make it happen. Number 212, Yutaro Oe in the Awa Tire Racing FD3S RX-7. He's moving up from FDJ2. Was driving an S14 last year. 2J powered. Here he is in the rotary. And yeah, this is his dad's car, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's taking over his dad's car. Fujinaka used to drive this car, and I think he stepped down, and now his son, Oe, is driving this car.
So we're going to see how he's going to do here. First qualifier run. You can hear him ripping around the bend here into this outer zone 1.
Ooh, nice
Not
angle.
too bad there, swinging it back around, staying on it, very committed to it. Nice job through that inside clip right there, bringing it back around, adjusting a little bit into that outer zone 3. Got that 3-rotor power going on.
Yeah, so same, I think as angle judge, he doesn't make it all the way to the outside of the edge of the track, but angle-wise, pretty nice. Not a hard flick because, maybe because of the track conditions. And going to the outside zone 3, he's a little timid, but has to left foot brake and approach the outside zone 3. So I think, yeah, one of the higher sides of angle overall from me. But now we have to add, you know, what everybody else says.
Exactly. I got mid-70s going on in the chat right now. We'll see how close you will be to the judges. And you guys were right. 74 for his first qualify run. Currently sitting on top.
Hey, you guys are right. Yeah, it's a 74 by Oe. That's probably one of the higher style scores that Sean has put in as well. Even though it wasn't perfect, now we're going to see how much they're going to jump up once the track condition changes and how the drivers get adapted.
And here we are, next driver, number 870, sitting at the line, Akihiro Hanawa in a T-square with good ride, DGR Eternal Speedmaster Z4. And yes, it is powered by a VQ35. There he is, bringing it around into this outer zone 1. Not too bad there, adjusting himself just a little bit, trying to settle in, unable to get all the way into that inside clip.
I mean, he made a run, and it looked okay most of the run, but there was a lot of adjustments, and also for me as the angle judge, kind of shallow approach, very careful. And I don't, like I said, you know, I'm just telling you the raw truth of what I think, but I don't blame the drivers because of the, you know, not knowing the conditions of the track. So I think everybody's doing a good job as of how the track is right now and not knowing what they're getting into.
There you go, 64 is for his first qualify run for Hanawa. Yeah, mid-60s has been the average for the first run for most of these drivers that have been able to complete their first run. So we're going to see who's going to make the huge jump and adjustment to make this score go up. And here we are next at the line.
We have
number
Benjamin
83 coming in. Benjamin Chim coming in with the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZ80 Supra. We talked to him earlier on before practice yesterday. He says, you know, he's got a new turbo, bigger setup, more power, and he's ready to make it happen. Here he is coming around to the 3-2-1 into outer zone 1.
Oh,
a little shallow into that outer zone 1 and outer zone 2, but here he is trying to hug that inside clip, and nice job hugging that inside clip, reaching out to this outer zone 3, not quite, but yeah, he left a lot on the board there, not filling all the zones, but able to get to that inside clip.
yeah, so this might be an obvious one for the line score. It might be pretty low. Angle-wise, did a okay job throughout the track. A lot of adjustment there. E-brake at the outside zone 1, and a lot of e-brake going from the outside zone 2. And I would have to say not so stable on the angle as well. See here, as you can see from the top here, the drone, you can see the car not as stable as it should be. And I know, you know, we keep telling you about the track conditions, and pretty much it's not the best right now. So
62 for Benjamin's first run.
Yeah, not being so deep on the outside zones, the first 2 outside zones is hurting his score right now. But let's see, hopefully it gets drier later, and see how the drivers do.
So we'll see how wild this driver is going to be in the next one. Number 19, Uchiyama Guy in the Good Ride Motorsports with Perfect Style S15. Very aggressive driver. We're going to see how he's going to handle himself here. Wide open track. Coming in real high into that outer zone 1, holding back a little bit on the angle. Trying to catch back around to the inside clip. Ooh, oh. And you can see right at the finish, it looks like he's straightened, leaving that outer zone 3. Struggled to keep it.
I just want to double check to see. I think he kind of shallowed up. He didn't. Yeah, he was very shallow, but yeah, not finishing the track. And I brought that up at the driver's meeting and made sure that it was clear that if you're driving straight through the finish line, pretty much you're going to get an incomplete. And I don't want to argue about the no, I had angle and didn't have angle. Then this looked pretty much before the finish line. There you go. So it's yeah, that's an incomplete from Amagai, and it's such a waste because I mean it was half decent through the tracks. All he had to do was finish it up to at least get a score on the board, because as of now, I think more than half of the drivers that we had up until now don't even have a score yet.
Yeah, we'll see how this next driver goes. Number 30, Takumi Sato in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZX 100 Chaser.
All right, Takumi Sato, all the way from Hokkaido, which is way up north, the northern prefecture of Japan.
Looking good through that outer zone 1. Let's see how he's going to finish the second half here. Filling outer zone 2 there, bringing it into that inside clip. Oh, just... Ooh.
Well,
either missed a gear or what, but he lost it almost right there, leaving the inside clip to that outer zone 3.
Yeah, so overall I would have to say angle-wise, pretty good job, very smooth, not twitchy. Going from outside zone 1, look at that, very smooth on the outside, then switch back, boom. Has to add a little bit of angle towards the end of the outside zone 2. Then right here, looked like he was very timid on the switchback going to the outside zone 3, but overall he's going to get a score. So let's see what the other judges have to say.
Yeah, it looks like when he transitioned from the outer zone 1 to the outer zone 2, he definitely held back just a little bit to make sure that he was going to make it to that inside clip. There you go, 70 for his first qualify run.
Hey, but I'd have to say, you know, very smooth or smoother, and on the line, that's 4 points away from being full, because you know, he did miss some of the areas, but he filled them pretty good. So I'd have to say, you know, not a bad job by Sato.
Exactly.
Oh, and I guess
looks like Roy Abe is not going to be able to make his first run, and we're going to be moving on right here to Kei Murakami in the Village Up JZX 100 Mark II, bringing it around through the 3-2-1 here into this outer zone 1. Not bad, filling that zone, swinging it back around through outer zone 2 here. Just hugging that inside clip. Oh, almost too much there. Oh, and a huge correction approaching that outer zone 3.
Yep, so that's an incomplete. A little bit too much. I mean, everything looked okay. Not a whole lot of angle at outside zone 1, but he did flick it nicely, the outside zone 2. Then he starts to take away some counter steer going through inside clip 1, and yeah, almost lost it and pretty much had to correct. And that's an incomplete for Murakami. Murakami also getting GR86 built right now, and the 100 is his temporary car, so hopefully we can see that car come out sometime soon.
And here you go, here's a new car for the season, number 75, Koji Nagase and his Team Kazama with Power Vehicles Lexus IS 350C. Doesn't have the top down today, but let's see how he's going to make it happen here for his first qualifier run. Looks like he's ready to go. The track's ready for him.
Oh, there's an ant on me. I freaked out.
All right, here he is coming around to the 3-2-1. The things that happened to Robbie. Here he is swinging around to this outer zone 1. Getting into that zone, bringing it back around. Looks like he's holding just a little bit of the angle back from what he did during practice. Yeah, and that second half definitely needs to clean it up and get a little bit more aggressive through those zones, because that inside clip, it looks like he kind of Sunday drove through it into that outer zone 3.
Yeah, and right now, you know, angle-wise too, nothing spectacular, very safe, and doesn't fill outside zone 2. So maybe that is his tactics, where he's going to pretty much, you know, just try to put down a run that's, you know, safe to get a score on the board.
66 for his first qualify run for Nagase.
And, you know, I talked about this at the driver's meeting too, where they're saying, oh, you know, I remember the first round they were saying like the score was low or something, but it's just overall. So if everybody gets a low score, it's not about, you know, oh, 66 may be one of the better runs here. It's just the conditions are different. So just think, if you think the scores are low, at the end of the day, just add a 10. Add 10 points to everybody.
There you go. And we're about to see right now Yuto, Komatsu Racing, Lexus IS. And here he is bringing it around. Brought it back out last round at Isu. Nice job filling the outer zone 1. Here he is bringing it back around. Real deep into that outer zone 2, but able to get to that inside clip.
Well, that's a pretty good job.
Yeah, not bad coming from Komatsu right now. You know, breaking the car in. He was unable to make it to Suzuka Twin Circuit. Had to borrow his teammate's car, Ultimo's IS 300. But here he is. Look at that.
Pretty good angle at outside zone 1. And I like the way he approached outside zone 2. Inside clip, kind of a correction there. But pretty good job by Komatsu.
We'll see what the other judges have to say. There you are, 73 for Komatsu for his first qualify run.
So that's actually probably second right now. That's the second place in qualifying, yeah.
Oe right now sitting at a 74.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, getting it done.
Oh yeah.
Now let's see if this driver right here can get it done for the Cusco Racing Team, number 770, Yoshitatsu Kaneda in his GR86. Kind of struggled so far this season, but you know, he's trying to elevate himself here. Had some good practice runs. Joined the private session yesterday, so we're going to see how he's going to do on his first qualify run here. Bring it around, approaching that 3-2-1. There he is into this outer zone 1. Could have been a little deeper into the outer zone 1, but trying to bring some heat here. Able to make it through. Ooh, yeah. Had to adjust himself, leaving that inside clip to that outer zone 3.
Yeah, you know, once again, I think we already went over this at the drivers meeting too. I think the outside zone 3 area where he had to reinitiate, and pretty much it was almost straightening. And I would have to say that's probably an incomplete, because right there, you can't really chase that. And that's an unchaseable lead. That's a reinitiation. So he's going to get an incomplete for his first run. And we don't want to make it so that it's, hey, you know, I think it wasn't, you think it was. You know, and we're the judges, and we are going to make the call, and just make sure that it's not up to us. Just really, like, don't make it so that it's very close to the point where there's a 50-50 chance of not getting it. So.
Exactly. And there we are. Next at the line is going to be number 37, Fuji Yamashita, the TMS Racing Team Cylon Tire, BMW. Swinging around, the Eurofighter, making it happen. He's usually been in a JZX 100 for multiple years now, and here he is bringing it back around. 2J powered Eurofighter, bringing it into this outer zone 2. Nice job into this inside clip, making it look easy. They call him the champ for a reason, and that was a pretty solid run by him for the first run. We'll see what the score is going to be.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid run by the champ Yamashita, the 2-time Formula Drift Japan champion in this E92. Nice angle going to the outside zone 1. Kind of timid going to the outside zone 2 area, but giving pretty much a good amount of angle at the inside clip in the last outside zone, which I haven't seen yet from any of the drivers. But I would have to say the track condition has been changing from the beginning. I mean, it's probably been about a good close to an hour since we started the qualify, and I think the track condition has been changing as we go. So it looks like it's completely, you know, it looks like it's not raining. It doesn't look like there's any mist either.
Boom.
So
75, our leader right now for qualifying.
So we got 75, 74, and 73 all in a row.
Yeah, we're starting to get some visibility. We could see the town in the distance, but see how this driver goes. Number 5, Tomoki Tanaka in the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin JZX 100. Car has a very aggressive look. Early on, he had a phenomenal practice session, going some insane angle. Had Robbie kind of jumping for joy. Let's see how he's going to do here in outer zone 1. Could have been a little deeper, but look at that. Flicking it back around, huge angle. Maybe not the easiest one to chase down there, but like I said, he was going to throw down.
All right, now see how it's going to do. That was cool, but once again, you know, angle-wise, pretty good amount of angle outside zone 1. Then right there, outside zone 3, pretty much he had to pull out. I mean, that's a pretty much backwards entry, and I mean, that's pretty much a spin out, and he's just saving it. So we're going to have to give him an incomplete. And like, once again, you know, if that was a demo, that would have been cool. And we're looking for something that the driver can actually follow and chase. So we don't want to see anything more than like a 90-degree turn. And right there, he did throw a backy into it. And you know what? It looked really good. And I do agree with some of you guys. But we do have to keep it within the rules that we have with the competition.
Next at the line is going to be number 33, Shigahisa Sasayama in his DSL.com Lexus RC340F spec. New car for him this year, debuted it at, what is it, Auto Salon and...
Or the Osaka Auto Messe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautifully built car. He's been doing a phenomenal job in this chassis, so we're going to see how he's going to do here on his first qualifier run. Coming around the bend here into this outer zone 1. Looks like he held a little bit back in angle there, coming back around, making it happen through outer zone 2 and the inside clip there.
Oh. Now, once again, that was pretty close. I mean, man, you know, I wish we don't have to sit here and play policeman on, you know, straightening and stuff, and just keep it where it's, you know, very obvious where the car is sideways. So not much angle there, not stable going to the outside zone 2. And right here, cutting the turn.
So we'll see what the judges are going to say. The judges are reviewing the finish portion of his run. Yeah, Sasayama definitely put it in the judges' hands here for that final part, leaving outer zone 3.
I mean, it's not going to be an incomplete because it's really hard to see the depth right here because we don't have the drone either on if that was an incomplete or not, because he did pull off angle out right there, right when he was going to the finish line. But because of that, I am going to dock him on the angle score in the outside zone 3 area. And that's going to hurt his score a lot.
There you are. 60 is going to be his first qualifier run score. All right, this next driver coming out, finally debuting the car that he tried bringing out 2 rounds ago, but able to make it out here. Number 9, Yukio Matsui in this Ocean with M2 Evolution F22 BMW.
Brand new build.
Powered by an LS.
LS Turbo.
Yeah, we're going to see how this performs. Go check out his YouTube. You'll get the fine details of the car, but here he is coming around outer zone 1 here. Huge smoke cloud, bringing it back around into this outer zone 2. Whoa. Nice job through outer zone 2. Man, making it look easy, but I gotta say, when he was in his 2J powered S13, he did the same thing. So this man, you know, he also races as an FD3S, so
yeah, so
very good
sounds
driver.
Amazing as well. Looks like he did a pretty good job through the track and did approach everything he needed to. Not gonna say it's the most perfect run, but for the way the condition is right now on the track, looks like he was able to put together a fairly clean run. Looks like he's doing a good job filling the zones, maybe a little far away from the inside clip. Right here, finishing the track off with the smoke trail from the brand new build. So I would have to say not a bad job for a brand new car.
There you are, 72 for his first qualifier run. So yeah, he was last year's J2 champ. And There you are on the screen. Next up is number 530, Wataru Masuyama in his Good Ride Motorsports GR Yaris. Leaving the chicane now. See how he's going to do here. Masuyama's definitely been making it happen in this Yaris. Nice job filling that outer zone 1, bringing it back out to outer zone 2 there. Nice job through that inside clip.
Yeah, pretty good job overall. Just had to pull a little bit of angle out at the inside clip, and I heard that clutch kicking action that he had. He almost, he wanted to make sure that the car kept going sideways right here. Nice job at the outside zone 1. Flicks it. Not a hard flick, but right here kind of starts to lose angle there at the inside clip. But overall, looks like he puts together a fairly good run. Fairly good run by Masuyama. Not competing in the Formula Drift US series this year, concentrating on the Japan series.
And there you are, 74 for his first qualify run. Ready to go to make his first run of the day. It's going to be number 96, Katsuhiro Meguro in his Ishan Origin Labo JZX 100 Mark II.
This is the Edisu round. Appearing for the Fuji round. That's 2 tires off right there.
Bringing it back around through the outer zone 2. Nice shot through that inside clip. Able to make it out to that outer zone 3 there.
Yeah, so once again, not as dynamic as some of these other drivers, but overall, a clean run by Meguro. Not a whole lot of angle. Dropping 2 tires there at the outside zone 1. The approach to the outside zone 2, I think he gets into the outside zone a little late, but leaves, or doesn't fill it all the way, but he gets close enough to the edge of the track at one point. Right here, pulling out a little bit of angle at the inside clip, but overall finishes a run, so he is going to have a score.
So we'll see what he's going to get. I see mid to high 60s, and he got a 72. 72 for Meguro on his first qualify run. And there we are on the screen. Next up is going to be number 666, Shuichimano, in the Bitto Racing with Chariboy style 1 via. Let's get the go ahead. We're going to see how he's going to run his first qualify run here today. Weather is playing on our side now. Track conditions are getting better and better. And here he is approaching the outer zone 1, getting into that zone, bringing it back around into that outer zone 2 there, hugging it right into this inside clip. Getting right back on it for that outer zone 3. So there he is, bringing it back around. You can see just getting on that rumble strip, able to hug into that inside clip. That's been a big issue for a lot of these drivers, especially the ones that incomplete, and a very strong finish filling outer zone 3. So we'll see here what the judges are going to have for him. There you are, 69 for his first qualify run, 69 for Mano. Ready to go at the line now is going to be number 100, Andrew Gray, in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZX 100 Mark II.
All right, so Andrew Gray at the line, 4-time champion, and I'm pretty sure Fuji is one of his favorite tracks.
Here he is coming in hot into this outer zone 1. Look at that, really aggressive. Nice job filling that zone. Oh my gosh, the cloud chasing after him. Getting airborne right there through that inside clip.
Oh,
talk about the commitment level he had right there. Whew.
I think that was I mean, he got on it and the car just shot right in the inside.
Here he is switching back around.
Oh.
Man.
Yeah, that is an area you want to. That is an area you want to avoid for sure, because we saw another vehicle go in there and then they had a front hop. Looked like the bumper was like, about to shake off, but that was a dynamic run. I mean, up until the inside clip, everything was looking great, but yeah, it's going to be an incomplete for Andrew Gray's first qualifying run.
I gotta say, it was very exciting though, and you saw right there at the end, he got a little bit of flames going off of his tire, or some sparks, but pretty scary situation though. Like I said, that hop right there for that inside clip, very dangerous for a lot of these cars. But man, his entry into that outer zone 1, the smoke trail he had, insane. Here's another replay.
And right here, yes, it looks like, the car didn't want to slide out anymore and just darted right in when he got on throttle. So
he almost had it, through all the practice he had with Minami jump and everything. That had a little Minami jump going on. All right, next driver is ready to go. Number 56, Ming Ming, in the Mr. DIY Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange S15. He's the 2022 Thailand Drift Champion, coming in to compete here in Formula Drift Japan.
18 years old, another young driver coming into the series. Driving at Fuji for the first time. Let's see how he's going to do.
Here he is coming around to this outer zone 1. Nice job filling that outer zone 1, bringing it back around to the rumble strips here to outer zone 2. Getting into that inside clip, adjusting himself, lining himself up for that outer zone 3. And I gotta say, he found himself where he wanted to place his car. Unfortunately, last round at Ebisu, he had some drivetrain issues, wasn't able to move on, had to throw in the towel, but here he is coming back, making it happen.
Yes, and I would have to say very clean run by Ming Ming. And nothing out of the ordinary and dynamic. Angle was good enough. It looked like the line was good enough. And the style-wise, it doesn't look like, there you go.
71 for Ming Ming's first qualifier run.
So I'd have to say that would be a very, very, a little bit above average run by Ming Ming. So being in the 70s right now.
Next at the line, already going through the chicane, is number 21, Ken Gushi, with the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles Lexus IS 500 F Sport. And like he likes to say, coming from the West Coast, the best coast. Swinging around to outer zone 1. Nice job, definitely cleaning it up. Had some issues during practice, but he's making it happen right here. And I think he was just holding back to not show the judges what he really had. And I got to say, that was a pretty solid run by Ken Gushi.
Yeah, it was. I'd have to say, I'd have to agree with you. That was a very solid run. Good enough angle all the way through the track. And using the track from side to side here and minimal adjustments, holding the angle through inside clip. A little bit of a bobble there going to the outside zone 3, but a very good job by Ken Gushi. Also driving a car that he's not always familiar with. And yeah, coming to a track that, he's not super familiar with either. And it's different, probably driving his, usually in a GR86. Oh!
Boom, right there, leading it right now at a 79.
79 point.
That's crazy, because at first during practice, like I was saying, from outer zone 1 to 2, he would always have issues getting into that inside clip. And man, he cleaned it all up, was able to make it happen. So we'll see how this next driver is going to do, chasing after this 79-point qualify run. Number 3, Takatoshi Momaida is in the 5X Tire Navigate S14. He's been doing actually a pretty good job here in practice.
Oh yeah, yesterday's drive practice, he was looking pretty phenomenal. Let's see how he's doing here today.
Nice job bringing it back around. Doing it right, swinging it into this inside clip. And there you are.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, that was the highest angle score for me from all the runs that we saw today. Right here, nice angle at outside zone 1 and goes all the way to the other side. A little bit of adjustment outside zone 2, but keeps the angle through inside clip and gets back on throttle and finishes off the track. Nice and easy for him. That was a pretty nice run by Imamaeda. Great job driving on the 5X tires.
I gotta say, seeing the progression in him the last few years is phenomenal. He comes out more and more aggressive every round. There you go, 81, leading the pack now. Solid run by Imamaeda. But as we trickle to the points leader, it's just gonna get better and better from here. And right here, very experienced driver, number 311, Naoto Suenaga in the Atlas Tire Drift Team Fukushima RZ34 Fairlady Z. Coming out very aggressive into this outer zone 1. Nice job bringing it back around to this outer zone 2. Hanging on to it right there through the inside clip into this outer zone 3. It's only getting sweeter and sweeter throughout the progression of these drivers.
Yeah, so right here, comparing it to what we just saw with Imamaeda, the angle difference is very obvious here at the outside zone 1 and right here outside zone 2 area. Looks like there's a lot of adjustment from Suenaga here at the outside zone 2 going to the inside clip. So it doesn't look like it was as clean and on throttle using the angle to slow down, but he does make a clean run here, and he's going to have a score here for the first run.
So it looks like that transition from that inside clip to that outer zone 3 is looking better for them. There you go, 73 for Suenaga's first qualify run. All right, at the line, ready to go is going to be number 111, Tetsuya Hibino in the Good Ride Motorsports Good Ride RZ34. First qualify run. $11 more cars to go.
All right, so we got Hibino.
We're going to see how he's going to do on his first qualifier run. Here he is leaving the chicane now. New car this year for him. Bringing it around into this outer zone 1 here. Coming in real hot through that outer zone 1. Let's see the switchback around. Look at that hard flick right there through that outer zone 2. Nice job cleaning it up into that inside clip around to this outer zone 3.
Wow, that was a lot of angle, and that's exactly what we were looking for the outside zone 2 area. But I think it's easier to do right now because the track looks like it's dry or getting dry. And right there, an okay job at outside zone 1, but outside zone 2, boom, throws in, pours in a lot of angle, going to the, outside zone 3 area.
Here's the drone chase footage coming around. Look at that angle right there. Able to get into that inside clip and back out. Could have been a little deeper into that outer zone 3 there. But let's see here. 81 for his first qualify run. So he's currently tied with Imamaeda. I see all saying high 70s, low 80s for his first qualify run. But next at the line, this driver has been killing it. Number 77, Yusuke Kusaba in the Team Cusco Racing GR86. He's done a phenomenal job and he's progressed dramatically in this brand new GR86. So we're gonna see how he's gonna do here in and how he's going to perform on his first qualifier run. Has had a phenomenal job at the yesterday's practice session and this morning. And it looks like he is ready to go. Approaching the 3-2-1. Nice job bringing it back around through this outer zone 1. Nice, look at the commitment, bringing it back around to that outer zone 2 to the inside clip right here. Solid run by Kusaba.
All right, so there's an initiation by Kusaba, very aggressive. And an okay job at the outside zone 1. I don't know if he filled it all the way right now. I'm going to have to check out that replay one more time, but not a whole lot of angle. Tries to pour in a little bit more angle at the outside zone 2. Let's go ahead and check out the drone view right here. Right there, more angle there. And through inside clip 1, then kind of pulls away a little bit of an angle and doesn't get all the way to the outside and almost finishes off getting closer to being straight.
All right, Cusco Girl is waiting for the score for Kusaba. We're going to see how he scored on his first qualifier run here. I see on the scoreboard, there you go, 76. Like y'all were saying, mid-70s is what he got. Next up is going to be number 58, Kazuhiro Kubo in the Vacancy 180SX.
All right, so Kubo's first run here. I think we're in the top 10 in the series ranking right now. We're getting closer to there, so let's see what Kubo's got.
Here he is bringing around to outer zone 1, able to get out there, getting into the rumble strip, bringing it back around. Making huge adjustment, decelling through that inside clip to the outer zone 3, that transition.
That was very sloppy.
Yeah.
For Kubo. Almost losing it after the inside clip to the outside zone 3. Does a fairly good job at outside zone 1, fills the zone, doesn't fill outside zone 2 as well, then kind of pulls out some angle at the inside clip, and that kind of messes with them at the outside zone 3. It doesn't fill outside zone 3 as he's supposed to, or with the angle that we would like to see.
So we'll see what the judges are going to give him. First qualify run. After him, we got 8 more drivers to wrap us up on this first qualify session at round 3 of the Fuji International Speedway. And there you are, 65. Next at the line is going to be number 31, Kodai Sobagiri in the Shibata Racing Yokohama GR86. And we were talking to him. He did a phenomenal job in the tandem battles, but unfortunately got beat out by Calais. And I got to say, I told him, I was like, that's how you need to drive the rest of the time. Very aggressive like he did. And let's see how he's going to do here on his first qualifier run. Wrapping it around through the 3-2-1 into outer zone 1 here. Here he is, bringing it back around through that outer zone 2. Nice job closing it into that inside clip. Staying right back on it into that outer zone 3.
So he did throw a lot of angle at the outside zone 2 area, but did have to pull back out at the inside clip. And that kind of messed up his line going to the outside zone 3. But let's go ahead and check this out. Right here on the replay, outside zone 1. Doesn't fill it all the way, but right here kicks an amazing amount of angle at outside zone 2. Kind of pulls out some angle at outside zone 3, inside clip, and finishes it off on the right. Right there, look at that angle, outside zone 2, but he does have to pull it out a little.
Definitely had a lot of commitment on that run. We're going to see what the judges are going to give him. I see y'all out there, high 70s, low 80s. See how close y'all are. Yeah, he's got a VR underneath the hood, so yeah, you can see the manifold sticking up right there. They got a fiberglass piece to cover it up. Just waiting for this score to come up for Sobagiri's first qualifier run. So yeah, hats off to y'all that it stuck with us. We had a 2-hour delay early on. There you go, 77 for his first qualifier run. But yeah, sticking with us, staying up late or getting up early or taking a nap or whatever you have to do, I appreciate y'all sticking with us, watching us live, because you can easily just play us later on when you wake up. But I appreciate you guys are out here watching us. And this driver right here, definitely appreciate y'all. Coming all the way from the U.S., making it happen, leaving Pikes Peak during his practice session. Here he is, number 123, Mad Mike Woodette in a Team Magic with Red Bull FDPS 4-rotor twin-turbo beast coming through. Here he is, ripping into the 3-2-1 right here, wrapping it around into this outer zone 1. Nice job, throwing it back around into this outer zone 2, swinging it in. Just barely able to hear me through here. Outer zone 3 filled. Nice job by Mad Mike Woodette.
Talk about excitement. That was a very exciting run by Mad Mike Woodette. A lot of angle at outside zone 1, and right here at the flick, he does drop a tire, but he holds the angle through outside zone 2, pretty much 90 degrees to the outside zone 2. Right there. Had to take out the angle at the inside clip. Have to be a deduction right there. But overall, everything else looked pretty amazing.
Definitely putting on a show for his fans out there. But yeah, like I said, the man's a world traveler right there.
Yeah.
He's been busy, has a busy schedule. Came back out here for the Formula Drift Japan Series, and then he'll be right back out to Pikes Peak. So we'll see. Here's his first qualify run for Mad Mike Woodette. There you are, 79. At the line, ready to go, is number 36, Kazumi Takahashi in the TMS Racing Team Silent Tire BMW E92. This one's powered by a VR38. His teammate Yamashita has the 2J model. We'll see how he's going to perform here today. Last year, Takahashi took home the victory here at Fuji. We're going to see if he can take it again this year, bringing it back around into this outer zone 1, filling that zone, swinging it back around into this outer zone 2. Very nice, coming around through the inside clip.
Wow.
Definitely throwing down.
Once again, another amazing run here by Takahashi, kicking out almost pretty much a full lock to lock at the outside zone 1 and 2. A little timid going to the inside clip, but holds a good enough angle, good amount of angle actually, and going to the outside zone 3. Let's go ahead and check this out from the drone view. A lot of angle there, a lot of angle here. Just pouring it on and just keeping the angle going through inside clip. A beautiful job by Takahashi. And you know what? Maybe he does like this track a lot because, like you said, you know, he did win last year. So maybe Fuji is one of his favorite runs or rounds here in FD Japan.
Exactly. There you go. 81 for his first qualify run. Nice job by Takahashi. And this will be a nice boost for him because this is mid-season now for him. This is usually this wraps up our seasons in the previous years, so we're going to see how he's going to do and how this is going to boost for him. But let's see how this next driver goes. Fan favorite online, number 555, Yukio Fausto in the Side X Japan with Silent Tire and Liberty Walk S15. He's got more power this year, so he said he's ready to make it happen on Fuji because Fuji's a very spread out track, and you know it's full throttle all the way, and that's what he likes to do.
Yeah, driving with a really, really heavy foot Yukio Fausto. Let's see how he's going to conquer this track.
Coming around outer zone 1, nice job swinging it back around. Look at that,
Whoa.
nice angle through outer zone 2 there. Trying to get right back on it into this outer zone 3.
Ooh. Kind of struggling to get back in the power zone, power band. Sorry, I said power zone. But right here, good job on the angle outside zone 1 and comes all the way across the track. It feels outside zone 2. Look at that nice flick. I like that. That was really nice. Had to take out a little bit of angle at the inside clip. And right here, struggles to keep the car sideways going to outside zone 3, but he's able to finish the track, and we're going to give him a score for that.
Yeah, Yukio Fausto currently sitting 5th overall in points. There you are. His teammates, fans out there.
They look happy, and I think they could expect a pretty nice score here too, because a lot of smiles on the faces here of Yukio Fausto's fans that made it out to Fuji Speedway. Even though, the weather report didn't seem so good, we have quite a few people here coming to check out and spectate, so that's going to be great. There you go, 74. So the line, he did miss a few areas, but, being dynamic, he did take the style and the angle over the line here.
So we'll see here. The next guy had a lot of style during practice. Number 774, Hokuto Matsuyama with the Cusco Racing A90 Supra, the champ from last year. Let's see how he's going to do on his first qualifier run. Matsuyama made it all the way to the finals last year here at Fuji, but unfortunately with contact and everything, wasn't able to get the victory. And here he is bringing it back around with a vengeance. Got a 96 on his last year's first qualifier run.
What just happened? That did not look good at all, because he could not get the car back into boost after he was leaving the inside clip. Everything up until there, it looked pretty good. But right here, nice angle, then nice flick here, then works his way. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a close one right there. Definitely lost a lot of angle after that inside clip here, and you can see it with this drone chase footage right here. Pretty much almost driving straight into the finish. And a huge indication that the judges are looking at too is also the front tires whenever it crosses back. That's a huge straightening coming back. They're reviewing a closer footage of his run right now to see whether or not this is going to be an incomplete or it's going to be a finished run. And like I said, he got a 96 last year, #1 in qualify, finished 2nd, and then overall was the champ for last year. So very experienced driver, phenomenal driver, but something wasn't operating right after that inside clip. Because yet between yesterday and today's practice runs, he was doing a pretty solid job and was able to connect the whole track and make it happen. And then you can see right there, something wasn't cooperating. So we'll see. It's like he dipped a tire through that inside clip. There you go, his fans waving the flag. The fans too right there, 774. Judges are still reviewing the tapes right now. See if Hokuto Matsuyama is going to have a completed run, or is that going to be an incomplete due to that second half of the track after inside clip 1.
Yeah, after reviewing the replays, and you know what? This time it helped him out because the tire sticker thingy shows that he didn't straighten all the way, but it was very, very, very shallow. So pretty much he was zeroed out at the inside clip and the outside zone 3. But I have to give him score for the outside zone 1 and 2, and he did a really good job, and he gets 19 points just from that 2 outside zones there. So
there you are. 66 was Matsuyama's run.
Matsuyama's one.
So we're going to see next, we're down to our final three, our top three drivers so far. Kanta is right now running in the Linglong Tire Drift, Team Orange, JZX 100 Chaser. Here he is, ripping around the bend, approaching the outer zone 1 here. Wow, huge dynamic run now. He wasn't doing any of this early on in practice. Just getting in the inside right there of that inside clip, bringing it back around to that outer zone 3. Kanta making it happen right there in his JZX 100.
Yeah, and a very high level driving angle-wise throughout the track. Not perfect, but very high level. So obviously this is his first run, and he does feel the zones pretty good. Right there, I don't like the way he kind of darts in a little bit from the outside zone 2, going to the inside clip a little bit. But overall, it's going to be a pretty good score, in my opinion. I think if he could have kicked it a little bit more out at the outside zone 2 and slid a little bit more longer at outside zone 2, it would probably been perfect at the inside clip. So he wouldn't have had to kind of, as you saw, it kind of jumped up on the curb. Not the curb, but then the inside area. But there you go.
83.
But that's an 83. That's the highest score that we have right now. Yeah, that's the highest score right now. So Kanta's actually leading the points for the qualifier right now. So good job to the young driver. We have 2 more drivers left here. This is Kohashi, his teammate, and also his mentor, who is capable of knocking him out from the #1 qualifying position here at Fuji. So let's see what Kohashi said in his interview earlier. He was saying that, you know, the car is becoming 100% to him, and he's getting used to it. So let's see how he does on the first run.
Finished second last round. Here he is. A90 Supra is new this year to him, but like he said, he's getting better and better at it every round. And here he is bringing it back around to this outer zone 2. Nice job, nice smoke trail, bringing it into this inside clip. And there he is, filling that outer zone 3 right there. Woo. Put a statement out there. Let's see if it's going to be enough to beat his teammate with an 83.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, that's not going to be a perfect angle score for me because I've seen more done per area. So I'm saving the perfect score, but this is a pretty high score, angle score for me, and added to the other judges, I'm expecting this to be probably in the 80s as well.
Nice job getting close to those zones right there, bringing it back around. We'll see here, like I said, Kohashi right now sitting second overall in points. He's got a 153. Points leader has 173. He finished second at Ebisu. We'll see how it's going to go for him.
Peace sign from all the girls to all you men out there.
There you go, 81. Man, we have a 4-way tie at 81 right now.
Wow.
And that's the second highest score. So going to be huge for them to make a good solid second run. But here we are, our last qualifier of the day for the first qualify session. It's going to be number 771, Hiroya Minoa in the Cusco Racing GR Yaris. Currently sitting first overall in points, 173 points right now. Bringing around into this outer zone 1. Nice job filling that zone. Hitting the limiter the whole way through outer zone 2 here. Bringing it into this inside clip.
Wow, another clean run by the 13-year-old. This is crazy. Like, this is just getting ridiculous.
I don't know how he just manipulates the car to be where it needs to be in the zone. And look at this right here, the replay coming out of the 3-2-1. Gracefully getting right there, filling the rumble strip of outer zone 1 and outer zone 2. And this thing has a short rear not wheelbase, but bumper base, I guess you could say,
yeah,
for
the overhang.
Overhang, and you can see how close he has to push that car to the edge of the track.
Yeah, right here, drone footage. He does make it all the way out to the outside on both of the outside zones. Good job. And I'm not going to say that was the most angle I saw throughout the track today. So it's not a perfect angle score, but it's a pretty high score here. So looking at the line and the style put together, I'm looking into seeing this going to be in the 80s for sure.
Oh yeah, and a lot of commitment, was on the limiter the whole entire time pretty much. And you just saw right there, he filled every single zone, ran his rear tire on the rumble strip. Boom, 85. So there you see it. He's the points lead right now. Number one qualifier, sitting number one in points. And he just impresses us time and time again as we go throughout this season. He won the first round at Suzuka Twin Circuit. Here he is sitting first with an 85 in qualify.
Wow, so that is pretty crazy. And, you know, an 85 right now, qualifying first. A good job and a good start from the first qualifying runs. And we do still have a lot of time to finish the second runs from all these drivers. So hopefully we can get everything knocked out before the track condition changes back to anything. So the earlier, how can I say, qualifiers get to drive in the full dry, condition. And this is what kind of sucks about, you know, the time and everything. It's like where you start. That's just the way it is. It's luck. It's like some of the first guys had to drive in the patchy weather, and it could happen the other way around where they can start in the dry and it starts raining, and then the later driver have to drive in the patchy weather or the condition as well. So we'll see how everything goes, and hopefully the next drivers, the beginning of the second runs, they can have a fair chance to drive in the dry.
Exactly. We're going to show you these commercials, and we'll be right back for the second round of qualifying.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性、オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ、その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性、世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
バリのタイヤ。 lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
7 at a brand new bending inlet all the way through, just throws a on the early transition.
極限の世界。そこでこそ磨かれる本物がある。クスコ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
水槽だ。We've made it through our first round of qualifying. We're about to start the second one here at the 2023 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at Fuji International Speedway in the Shizuoka Prefecture. And you can see right now, looks like the weather's cooperating with us. Track conditions are looking a lot better. We're seeing some smoke show out here. And we're gonna have to see how these drivers that incompleted initially, which the track conditions weren't in the condition they were now, how they adapt to it.
Yes, and we have the scores out here. The top qualifier is the current points leader, Hiroya Minoa, with the 85. And going all the way down, we do have a couple of incompletes. So right here, we see the 60-point score is the borderline by, I think that's car number 33. I believe that's Sasayama with the 60. So,
yeah,
I think Tamagawa's right on the edge on the 33rd place. So I'm pretty sure a lot of these drivers that already had an incomplete wants a score, and everybody who has a lower score is probably wanting to raise their score to something better. And now, right here, we have Sha Changhao here driving the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange Asia R35 GTR. Had a 69 for his first run. Let's see what he's going to do for a second run now that the track is pretty much fully dry.
Exactly. So we're going to see how it is. He had to set the bar early on, being the first one to qualify. Phenomenal driver. He's been killing it during the practice runs. And here he is approaching the 3-2-1 now, coming around to outer zone 1. Real hot there, filling that zone, bringing it right back around, flicking it into the outer zone 2, holding back just a little bit to this inside clip and wrapping it back around into this outer zone 3. So we'll see if that was enough to boost his 69-point first qualifier run.
Yeah, so he had to pretty much, outside zone 1, he was able to pour on angle there, but it looked like that kind of kept him from going to the outside zone 2. Flicked too fast and early, he had to drag the e-brake to the outside zone 2 to keep the angle going and the momentum going to the inside clip, and that kind of messed up his momentum after the outside zone 2 right here. And the car was a little bit wobbly there as well to the outside zone 2 as an angled score. I'm going to have to go ahead and deduct that.
So we're going to see how it's going to go for him on his second qualifier run. We have 46 drivers today competing. Who is going to fill the top 32 spots? A lot of incompletes from the first run, from the first about 15 to 20 drivers. So we're going to have to, you know, clean up their act, get a good run in the books, and hopefully give something good for these judges to score, because you don't want to put in the judges' hands like we've seen at the end with a lot of them straightening up, because then it comes down to the replays, seeing the fine details in what happened, and, you know, the results fall into their hands. There you go, 66. So his first qualifier run with a 69 is going to be what he's going to take to the top 32.
Yeah, so 69 here. As you saw, the 32nd driver was a 60. So I think he's still in the safe zone. But we do have quite a few drivers that got
45 more drivers, yeah.
Incompletes, yeah.
So right now, here we are, number 39, Konosuke Fujimoto in the D-Dash Racing S15 got an incomplete on his first qualifier run. He's now powered by a 2J. Swapped out that SR, kicked in the 2J. Huge powerhouse, missed last round. Let's see how he's going to do. Look at that, coming in real hot to the outer zone 1. Looks like he did 2 tires. Huge correction into that transition to outer zone 2. Not able to find, I'm not sure what happened there through that inside clip in that transition, but you can see how he didn't get right back on the throttle.
Yeah, that's an incomplete there right before the finish line. He did have a major correction, and you know what? Fujimoto coming back with, you know, somewhat a car that was built, the purpose-built vehicle here for Formula Drift Japan, but unfortunately, he gets an incomplete on both of his runs, and that's going to be the end of his weekend here.
So very unfortunate.
But you know what? Working the bugs out on the car, getting used to the car is going to take some time for him, but hopefully we can see Fujimoto back and strong again for the next round.
Next driver got it incomplete on his first qualifier run, number 7, Junji Yamamoto in the Good Ride 2JZ powered FD3S. We're going to see how he's going to perform here. Like I said, incomplete, but he looked very good, aggressive, insane entry, nice transition, but just overshot that inside clip and spun out. Let's hear it. Here he is into the outer zone 1 here. Little shallow there, being a little bit more safe, trying to get a run in the books. Coming around into this inside clip. Nice job through that inside clip. Trying to drag it all the way out to that outer zone 3, but unable to get all the way out to that zone, so definitely going to get docked there.
Yeah, a little wobbly going to the outside zone 3 too, but I like the way he was pouring on the angle at outside zone 1. Like you said, he doesn't make it all the way out to the outside zones at 1 and 2. And right here, he does have to stretch it, extend it, more angle, getting pulled out at the inside clip. So let's see.
Here's the drone chase footage.
Jane, where are you at?
Let's see how he's going to do here. Coming around, and you can see definitely missing that whole zone.
Yeah, that's going to hurt his line score right there at the outside zone 3 because nowhere near that zone. So, but you know what? It's better than an incomplete.
64.
64 for Junji Yamamoto's second run.
Yeah, it breaks the threshold of the 60, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. We got a lot more drivers like this driver right here, number 38, Tadahiro Fukada in the Tanaba SSR Team Dumlot JZX 100 Mark II. Got a 65 on his first qualified run. He's been around since day 1. He knows what the pressure's all about. He's not sitting in a safe zone right now, so he's definitely got to step it up and put a good qualified run in. Approaching that 3-2-1, bringing it around the bend here into this outer zone 1. Looks like he's a lot more aggressive this time around. His second qualifier run here. Like I said, got a 65, and it looks like he's cleaned up a little bit of what he missed last time.
There you go. We see that's the Fukada that we know.
Exactly.
And he does favor this track, I think. It's overall very smooth, clean, good job by Fukada. Not the highest amount of angle, but overall looks like he does pretty good. Line-wise, maybe a little far. Maybe lost some points here and there on the line. Maybe dipping a tire there at the outside zone 1, 2. But right here, not throwing so much angle at the outside zone 2, which I had to dock some score from there for an angle. But overall, I'm not going to say it was too bad. Let's see what the line and the style judge has right there. 74.
9-point boost for his score. Making it a little bit nicer for him to solidify a spot in the top 32, but we'll see if it's going to be enough and if he can hold strong. But next up, that's going to be ready to go at the line. He got a 66 on his first qualifier run. We'll see if he's going to be able to bump his score up here. Actually, no, he missed his first qualifier run.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Ikuo Saito.
Yeah. He missed his first qualifier run. He's in the Motis West Auto R35 GTR. Oh, and...
Yeah, it looks like,
something's not cooperating. He was in a JZX 100 Chaser last year, powered by a 2J. Debuted this at Suzuka Twin Circuit, and it's not looking good for him. He was unable to make it to the line on his first qualifier run. And here it is. It looks like the car isn't going to be able to make it through.
Wow, it's really unfortunate to come all the way out here and not be able to make a run. Sounds like the car is running. Sounds like the clutch is slipping or something, yeah.
Because it's still able to roll, but you know, any throttle he's given it, it's just accelerating. So, all right.
I think what they did was they probably tried to save the car to, you know,
do one
run, but yeah, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and then try to get a clutch change done right after his second run. But unfortunately, you saw him jump off the line and the car didn't want to go. So that's unfortunate for him. Same with this driver right here, unable to make it to his first qualifier run. This is going to be his first run of the day, first official run of the day. It's number 12, Nagayasu Miyagi in the Car Guy Racing 86. Previous FDJ2 driver.
Oh, look at the teeth on that bumper.
Yeah, not much has changed on the car. Livery's changed, wings changed, but let's see how the driver adjusts here at Fuji today. Not sure why he wasn't able to make it to his first qualifier run, but able to get there for the outer zone 1. Not too bad through that outer zone 2. Struggled through practice, but looks like he cleaned it up right here and able to make a run. Solid run into the books right there. Could have been a little deeper in some of those zones, but overall not a bad run for technically his first qualifier run.
Yeah, got a score for his second run, so that's a good job, but I'd have to say not a whole lot of angle coming out of Miyagi's car. Kicks it out a little bit at the outside zone 1. When he was approaching it, not too deep on the angle at outside zone 2 as well, and inside clip. Does an average job at outside zone 3, so he does get around the track, but is this going to be enough to stay in the top 32? Because it doesn't look like it's more aggressive than some of the drivers that I've seen. Is this going to be more than a 60-point run for Miyagi?
We'll see here.
Ooh.
64 for Miyagi.
So Miyagi gets a 64. So it does look like he is in the top 32. But we still do have a couple of drivers that has incompletes and hasn't made it. So we'll see after all the drivers go.
This driver right here got a 66 on his first qualifier run, number 41, Shiichi Uemura, in his TMS Racing Team Silent Tire Flipper Sangyo JZX 100 Mark II. Here he's initiating real early from the 3-2-1, coming around. Nice smoke trail into this outer zone 1 here, bringing it back around. Nice flick there through outer zone 2. Huge change from his first run.
Oh, no.
A little wavering there, not able to make it to that outer zone 3, trying to carry a drift through to the finish, but you can see the little wavers after that inside clip.
That was super exciting to see at the outside zone 2. I love the way you flicked it there, but everything kind of started to crumble after that. Good job at outside zone 1. Nice flick to the outside zone 2. That was very beautiful. Then right here, he starts to fix his angle, and the car almost corrects, but I'd have to say, that's a major mistake, but we're probably going to still give a score. It's just that, yeah, it's not going to be... We're going to have to take out a lot because of the change in the angle change, and that's going to hurt his style and the angle score, I believe.
So yeah, right there, that's outer zone 3. The zone that he missed right there definitely wouldn't have been the best lead run if it was a tandem battle like we're going to have it tomorrow at top 32. We'll see what the judges are going to give him. Did a phenomenal job in the transition from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2 with a nice flick. Let's see, he got a 66 on his first qualifier run. I see mid-60s from y'all out there. Y'all been pretty spot on, low 60s now. So we're gonna see, waiting for the official score from these judges. There you are, 64, so mid-60s for Uemura. All right, looks like we're ready for our next driver. He got an incomplete on his first qualified run. Still waiting for his new build to happen. But it looks like, yeah, he's just getting into the burnout box right now. That's Shang Nian right there, the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles 100 Chaser. Had a few issues early on. I believe he lost a cylinder or something early on. And then during his first qualifier run, something didn't sound right. Looks like he had a loss of boost on the second portion of the track, unable to complete his run.
Yeah, he had a correction after the inside clip, I believe, from what I remember. So hopefully, you know, whatever it was, or maybe it was just, you know, he couldn't keep the car in the boost or power band or something, you know. Maybe he could work that out, or if it was, you know, some kind of car issue, hopefully that's all gone and able to do what he usually does. And what he usually does is shred.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Leadfoot makes it happen, but looks like he is squared up, ready to go at the start line, just waiting for the call. Sitting on an incomplete, a little bit of pressure behind him right now, but we're going to see if he's going to get past it here. Getting through the chicane, coming around into this 3-2-1 here. Running around to outer zone 1, not quite deep enough into that zone, not able to get all the way there. Adjusting himself into this inside clip, trying to get out to this outer zone 3.
Wow. I don't know if he still has issues, but did not make it to the outside zone 1, and that's a huge area where you have to fill the zone. Sounds like the car's sputtering too. And I'm just going to have to go with, you know, the angle that I see right now. Not, you know, not pouring on as much angle as he usually does. And it seems like he's just struggling to keep the car going. Seems like he's just struggling for the car to keep going to finish off the track. And because of that, it looks like he was losing a lot of angle as well. So, man, this is not looking really good for Nian.
We'll see, waiting for the official score. Looks like y'all are saying low 50s for him. 61. Not sure if that's going to be enough for him. 60 was our lowest.
Yeah, and we had a couple of scores that already was higher, so I'm not even sure where the bubble is at right now.
Next at the line, sitting at a 63, currently on his first qualifier run, Hideo Hideoka in his HRK Rapid 8.6. 63, I don't think is in the safe zone either, so he's got to step it up here on his second qualifier run. And here he is coming around, approaching the 3-2-1 now, around the bend, bringing it around into this outer zone 1. Looks like he took a little bit away of his angle right there in both outer zones 1 and 2 from his first qualifier run. Here he is bringing it back around into this outer zone 3. Looks like it was just kind of a safe run for him.
Yeah, you know, just watching Hideoka from before, when he was even in J2, just overall, he doesn't look like he likes to get into a lot of angle. Like you said too, you know, the angle is very shallow. Going through the outside zone 1 and 2 area, and also the outside zone 3 area. So I would have to deduct accordingly.
And yes, having points on the board already, he definitely had to risk a lot to boost his points, because 63 is not really that safe spot you want to be at. So we'll see. Waiting for the final score here, the tally. I see mid 60s from y'all out there, mid to high 60s. There you are, 68. Y'all were right.
Yeah, mid to high 60. You guys are pretty good.
All right, looks like next up, he got a 58 on his first qualifier run. Everybody knows what it is, the JZA80 Supra, number 125, Yoshichika Tamagawa in the Car Guy Racing Supra. Let's see how he's gonna do. We talked about it a little bit on his first qualifier run. It's looked like he's been having a little bit of trouble finding the zones and finding his niche for this year. We're gonna see how he's gonna do on his second qualifier run, because 58 is definitely not in that safe zone and not gonna make it into the top 32. Here he is bringing around the bend into this 3-2-1 here. Nice job around here. Real deep into that outer zone 1, bringing it right back around, full throttle commitment all the way around into this inside clip there. That's what I'm talking about. That's the Tamagawa that I remember.
I think a few tires off at outside zone 3, but it looks like Tamagawa did lay down a fairly good run for him to make it into the top 32. Let's see what the score is going to be, but right here, outside zone 1, pouring on the angle, doesn't flick back too much at the outside zone 2 area. Right here, kind of rushes through the inside clip, but finishes off pretty strong. He might have been a tire or two off at the outside zone 3, but as an angle score,
yeah, he definitely had a lot more. He had a lot more commitment this time around, but like you said, dipped a few tires here and there, took away a little bit of the angle to make sure he can get through that inside clip to that outer zone 3. So, you know, he kind of sacrificed a little to make sure that he was going to boost his points up. And there you go, 76.
Ooh, 76. That sounds like it's in the safe zone.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, so definitely was a good strategy that he had there, but we're going to see. We'll have to wait till the final scores come in. But here we are, an incomplete right here, number 86, Kenichi Takashima in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZX 100 Chaser. Has to make something happen. Can't play it too safe, but at the same time has to get a run in the books. The 3-2-1 around to this outer zone 1. Could have been a little deeper through that zone, bringing it back around to this outer zone 2. Looks like he's adjusting himself a little into that inside clip.
And that is not an incomplete for sure, but is that going to be high enough to make it into the top 32? Kind of deep into the outside zone 2, so he was hesitant because he was a little bit too wide. Doesn't throw so much angle at the inside clip. Finishes off pretty strong at the outside zone 3 area. Right here, watching this, he throws the angle, but he kind of starts to pull back at the inside clip area. So that's something that, as you know, for me, the angle judge would have to deduct.
Looks like we're getting a little glimpse of the scenery out here. Waiting for this score. There you go, 67. From an incomplete to a 67. We'll see if that's enough. A lot of these drivers are starting to boost up on their points, so I don't know if 67 is going to be enough or not, but next driver up has an incomplete. He's the champ for the first ever FDJ2, number 61, Mao Yamanaka. Was in an S15 last year. Now here he is in the Good Ride Motorsports A90 Supra. See how he's going. Outer zones 1 and 2 looked amazing, but from there on, he wasn't able to successfully finish his run. And here he is bringing around into this outer zone 1 once again. Nice job.
Whoa.
Able to make it happen, bringing it back around. Nice job in this outer zone 2, but this is the part that he has to make it happen into this outer zone 3 here.
Wow.
Nice.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Nice, nice, nice. As Milky Diamond would say, I told him I said I'd shout him out for saying nice so many times on his last video that he produced. So nice job right there. Smoke Trail bringing it in, filling all of that zone, bringing it back around. Not quite deep enough into that zone, but definitely had nice angle through there.
But I saw it wasn't fully finished. He did go for the big dynamic outside zone 2, and it was good enough. I would have to say it wasn't perfect, but it was good enough right here for us to see. So very dynamic way of driving. A young driver coming from FDJ2 does a solid job on his second run. Even though he had an incomplete for the first run, he didn't hold back and gave us something what we wanted to see. So I'm expecting to see a good score here for Yamanaka.
The Canola Oil girls cheering him on. Let's see what he's going to get for his actual solidified qualifier run. There you go, 80, and that is safe.
That's a pretty solid score right there for an 80. Looking at all the scores that we had, you know, being in the 80 is pretty much like a lot.
Yeah. All right, here we are. Next driver up has a 65 on his first qualifier run. Number 17, Jin Horino in his Good Ride Sports with Tops Racing gear. ELS S14 VR powered.
I saw Horino laying down some pretty solid runs yesterday at the dry too. So let's see how he does here.
Huge mistake there made. Not able to get out to that outer zone 1. And like Robbie always says, once you lay that first outer zone, it throws you off for the rest of the track. He was able to kind of clean it up, but man, that's going to make a major effect on him.
Hurt him on the line score for sure because he didn't make it to the outside zone.
We'll see if it's enough to bump his 65-point score, but yeah, you can see right there he was early on into that outer zone 2. Might have left about halfway through that outer zone.
You know what? And this is something. I think this is the reason why we've changed a lot of the judging style in the U.S. is because even though this run wasn't, how can I say it, acceptable in some sort of way, I still have to give him an okay angle score because he did have angle, but line was way off.
Boom, 62.
Man, I don't even know. He had a 65 for his first run, so hopefully that's going to keep him in. But
We'll
man,
see.
we are seeing a lot of scores being put down after incompletes. And earlier we saw that 60 point was the 32nd place, and we saw a few scores already surpass that 60 point run. So hopefully,
Speaking of incompletes, this driver right here is sitting on one right now, number 963, Mizutani Daichi. So here you go, Daichi Mizutani coming around through the 3-2-1. Came really aggressive last time, too aggressive, and lost it after outer zone 2, but here he is picking it back up.
No!
Looks like he lost a little bit out. Oh, and not able to make it, and yeah, huge correction. So after that inside clip, was unable to get to that inside clip and threw him offline for the outer zone 3.
Yeah, so what happened is he tried to throw a lot of angle at the outside zone 2, but the car started to straighten as he was getting on gas. Right here, pretty good angle at the beginning, but right there, the front washes out, takes him to the outside, and pretty much, I don't even know if that was I think the line score. Yeah, it doesn't make it all the way to the outside. Good angle there, but has to pull out pretty much a lot at the inside clip. And
yeah, he was nowhere to be found on that inside clip, and then he couldn't even make it to the outer zone 3. dangerous run if he was in the lead position for a tandem battle. So we'll see what the judges are going to do. Are they going to be able to complete this run, give him a score? Or did he straighten up before the finish there? Because like Robbie explained early on, before we started qualifying with this track setup, right after outer zone 3 is pretty much the finish. So about 3 to 4 meters after outer zone 3, the last pylon of outer zone 3 is where the finish is. So you can see how Mizutani dove in, and he was pretty much finishing on the left side of the cone rather than the right side, like where he's supposed to be. So
yeah, so like I just said about the scoring right now, the scoring system the way it is, I still have to score him for an angle because he did finish the track, and we're not going to incomplete him. He was like maybe 2 tires, almost 3 tires off, but also a huge correction going to the finish line as well. It's just not going to be a good score.
yeah, 57 is not going to be safe. 60 was the cutoff before we started the second round of qualifying, and we've already filled a lot of these incompletes with some points. So far, we're only sitting on 2 incompletes that have double incompletes that aren't going to make it into the top 32, which drops us down to 44 drivers, which that's a lot more drivers they got to knock out. 12 more drivers before. So here we are, next driver sitting at a 74 right now, pretty safe. It's number 212, Awa Tire Racing FD3S RX-7.
And I still remember his conditions was a lot harder than the full drive. He did a phenomenal job on his first run.
And look at that, coming in hot into that outer zone 1, bringing it right back around, full throttle, not even letting go of the throttle till the end of that outer zone 2, getting right back on it here into this outer zone 3. Looks like he dipped a tire and left outer zone 3 a little early, but outer zone 1 and 2 looked pretty clean. Could have had a little bit more angle on the transition, but let's see here on the replay.
Yeah, that might have been an incomplete. That might be 3 tires right before the outside zone 1. I'm sorry, outside zone 3. But right here, it looks pretty good. Then he starts to wash out because he loses angle. And,
ooh, yeah,
it looks like it's 3.
But it's all right. He's sitting on a 74. 74 is pretty solid right now. I think he'll be good for top 32. And, yeah, definitely stepping it up from FDJ2 last year in his S14 into this rotary.
And I've driven on this track before too, but this is really critical where if you throw too much angle at the outside zone 2 and lose momentum coming towards the judging stand, when you get back on throttle, the car tries to straighten. And when the car tries to straighten, the car is going to get pulled outside. So going through the inside clip, if you're shallow there and you get on throttle, the car's going to want to go more to the outside before the outside zone 3. And that's pretty much what happens to some of the guys that goes out. And when they lose that angle coming from outside zone 2 all the way to 3, in there, going through the inside clip, if you lose that angle, it's going to help the car go outside, which is not where you want it.
So we'll see how this next driver is going to be. He's sitting at a 64. Akihiro Hanawa coming around the 3-2-1 now. He's in the T-square with good ride. DGR Z4 powered by a VQ right here. Yes, a VQ in this BMW, bringing it back around through the inside clip.
Whoa.
Not
that was
bad.
a pretty on-throttle run.
A lot more exciting than his first qualifier run.
Yeah.
It was very safe the first time, but you could see a lot of throttle throughout this run. And there it is right there, the replay.
That was a lot of throttle. And you know what? I did not hate on that because the angle was pretty good throughout the track. And there was right here, he has to fix it a little bit going to the inside clip. That's what I was talking about. But if he kept losing it, he would have been thrown off. He did dip a tire off at the outside zone 3 area, but as an angle judge, overall I think it was pretty good on maybe probably one of the higher sides of angle. And right here with the heart sign from the Speedmaster girl here, cheering on Hanawa.
Got a 64. I'm definitely sure this is going to be boosted up. I see mid-80s on the chat right now. Y'all are probably right. We'll see here. There you go, 73. I go with y'all, you know, it's all good.
It is all good.
But no, definitely a good run. 73 is pretty safe for him. Next up at the line is number 83, Benjamin Chim. He's in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZA80 Supra. Definitely very aggressive Supra right here. Got a 64 or 62 on his first qualifier run. Running a bigger turbo this round. He said he needs a little bit more power because he thinks that probably would have bumped him down in the top 32 last time. So here he is coming around outer zone 1 here. Nice job flicking it right there, bringing it right back around. Nice hard flick. Not able to get all the way out to that zone, but a huge flick from him coming into that inside clip to this outer zone 3.
Kind of shallows up towards the end, but does do a good job at outside zone 1 and 2. And so as an angle score, I will have to give him a pretty solid angle score for those 2 areas because those are bigger scores. He does lose some angle coming off of the outside zone 2, going to the inside clip right here. And right there, I wouldn't say he's super deep on the angle, but he does finish off the track. Good job by Benjamin Chiem. And right here, he had to do a 2-step almost adding on angle at the outside zone 2. But even including that, I'd have to say a lot of throttle throughout the track. I'm excited to see what the other judges have for him for the score.
So here we go, got a 62 initially. There you go, 70 for his second qualifier run. So a lot of these drivers are bumping their scores up. So yeah, 60 is definitely not the safe zone. We're going to be losing 12 more drivers. Who is it going to be? And here we are next at the line, sitting on an incomplete right now, number 19, Yuichi Amagai in the Good Ride Motorsports with Perfect Style. A lot going on, sorry about that. S15, here he is, very aggressive driver. We're going to see how he's going to adapt himself to this incomplete that he's sitting on and how aggressive he's going to come out on this second qualifier run.
He's sitting on it, he needs to get up.
Yes, he does. Here he is coming around outer zone 1. Looks like he's keeping the aggression. That's hovering close to that line right there. Bringing it back around, missing outer zone 2 and some of that inside clip right there. Ooh, not good right there.
Once again, that's an incomplete. I mean, I think something happened to his vehicle earlier as well, and unfortunately, that's it for him for this weekend. Man, you know, since we know how, you know, exciting he drives, it's unfortunate that he's, you know,
struggling like this. Yeah. 2 incompletes for him today. This is definitely one of those tracks that he enjoys because he could full throttle the whole time. And yeah, unfortunately, you could see pretty much dipping 3 tires in outer zone 1, but right there, he couldn't get right back on it into that outer zone 3. But at the line, ready to go, sitting on a 70 currently, got it in his number 30, Takumi Sato in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZX 100 Chaser. $70 right now seems pretty safe. We'll see here how Sato's going to approach this second run. And like Robbie said, coming all the way out from Kaido.
Sato was one of the first drivers that started to drive when it was full dry. A lot of angle there.
Coming back
2
around.
tires off, but not a hard flick going to the outside zone 2. Fairly good through outside zone 3. So I have to say, angle-wise, Sato did a good job. It was very mild and very low-paced, but also clean. Right there, going to the outside zone 2, I did have to give him a deduction for doing a 2-step, pretty much putting and adding the angle on at the outside zone 2. But everything else seems very smooth, and now it's all up to what the style judge and also the line judge is going to be giving him.
Able to get all the way out to that outer zone 3, so we'll see if his run right there, oh, looks like it's the same right there, got a 70 once again.
All right, that's a 70 for Sato, and we are going to skip Okabe again because unfortunately he is not going to make it. I think he has a drivetrain issue that he could not square away, and it is unfortunate that Okabe is not, he could not make one single run to get a score on the board.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, but next at the line, sitting on an incomplete right now, is going to be number 610, Kei Murakami in the Village Up JZX 100 Mark II.
Now another driver sitting on an incomplete. This is going to be nerve-wracking. They're going to move on. It's almost his second run.
Here he is, bringing it around into this outer zone 1 here. Holding back a little bit on that angle, bringing it back around, flicking it into this inside clip, missing that inside clip, but trying to stay back on it, and unfortunately, not able to hold on.
That's another double incomplete. man by Murakami. Thought he had it this time, but unfortunately did spin out after the inside clip. So that's 5 actually. You said 44 cars, right? That's 5 cars that we already had that has double zeros or double incompletes.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. We have 46 total, but we had a few earlier on, which dropped us to 44. So yeah, we're down to like 40 cars or so that don't have double incompletes. Next, coming up the line, he's not sitting too safe. He's sitting with a 66 right now on his first qualifier run. Is going to be number 75, Koji Nagase, in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles Lexus IS 350C.
All right, lights on.
Ready to go. I saw hazards and I was a little worried from the start, but looks like he's ready to go. He pressed the wrong button there. So 66, he's got to step it up here. Here he is coming around the bend into this 3-2-1 here. Nice job bringing it around into this outer zone 1, filling that outer zone 1 this time,
Good.
bringing it back around to the outer zone 2. Looks like he took a little bit away angle right there to make it into this inside clip. Looks like he dipped 2 tires early on through that outer zone 3, and I don't think he was able to get all the way out to that outer zone 3.
And another run, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to check out the replay again, but not a whole lot of angle getting poured on by Nagase here. Shallows up at the inside clip and dips 2 tires and pretty much...
We'll have to see if he straightened right there at the finish.
But I mean, this is not a clean run because the
he just dives
line
straight.
is, you know, yeah, we're going to have to score it. We're probably not going to incomplete it, but it's going to, I'm not going to say it's going to be the best.
Yeah, you could see right midway through or right before outer zone 3, it looks like he tried to get right back on it, but, you know, the car decided it wanted to dive in. And he was just trying to hold angle through the finish to get points on the board, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to boost his 66-point first qualify run.
Yeah, it's going to be hard because he totally missed the outside zone 3 area and, you know, missed some of the outside zone 2. 2 tires off before the outside zone 3, so that's a lot of mistakes put together in one run.
Oh, looks like he's got a duplicate 66 right here. So a copy paste for him. We'll see if that's going to be enough to get him into the top 32 battles. But next up at the line, sitting at a 73 currently, you got number 80, Yuta Komatsu in the Komatsu Racing Lexus IS.
Currently with the 73, one of the first cars.
Nice
drivers
run.
Yeah, they got a 70.
High, or big 70.
70, yeah.
Here he is coming around through the 3-2-1. Came out to Ebisu, bringing it back out after rebuilding the engine. Here he is bringing it back around to this outer zone 2. Looks like he's coming out more aggressive here. Nice shot through that inside clip, bringing it back around to this outer zone 3. Not bad. Could have been a little cleaner through outer zone 1. Let's see the replay here.
Yeah, good angle at the outside zone 1, but is hesitant doing the switchback from the outside zone 1. 2 tires off, and right there, had to do a 2-step, adding the angle. Kind of shallows up at the inside clip and finishes off pretty strong at the outside zone 3.
Yeah, some of the better runs we've seen out of Komatsu lately, so definitely cool to see this. Hopefully this is going to be enough to boost his 73-point qualify run. The Canola Oil girls cheering him on, hoping he can get a higher spot than the 73 that he's currently sitting on.
So I think it all comes down to how much point he does. Oh, he does up 1 point, which is 74. It's probably actually the angle score because I gave him 1 more point higher than what he gave him earlier. So instead of a 73, now he's sitting on a 74.
But this next driver sitting on an incomplete, so he's got to put something down. Number 770, Yoshitatsu Kaneda in his Cusco Racing GR86.
Pressure on him because, he's sitting on an incomplete, but let's see how he can handle this.
And he's got to pick it up here. Here he is coming around through the 3-2-1 into this outer zone 1. Nice job filling that zone. Hesitating a little on that switchback, coming back around into the inside clip right there, into that outer zone 3. Could have filled outer zone 3 a little bit more.
Yeah, so overall at the angle score, I would have to say a little above average everywhere, but not the best everywhere. Very clean, makes it out to the outside zone 1, tries to fill outside zone 2. He makes it out, but it looks like he leaves a little early and has to decel a lot going to the inside clip, but after that, pretty much gets on throttle again and goes to the outside zone 3. Let's go ahead and check this out right here. He had to settle himself to get to the inside clip, but after he did get back on throttle. So, fairly clean run by Kaneda, and this is definitely not going to be an incomplete, but got 78.
Pretty solid point right there.
Yeah, solid score by Kaneda.
All right, next at the line, he's sitting at a 75 currently. Fuji Yamashita, the champ. TMS Racing Team Silent Tire BMW E92. Still has the 2J power plant, just different chassis this year. Coming around the 3-2-1 into outer zone 1. Not too bad filling that outer zone 1, bringing it back around. Could have been a little deeper through that outer zone 2, but there he is into that inside clip to outer zone 3 here. Nice job in that outer zone 3.
Wow, high rate of angle throughout the whole track. Now, one of the higher scores that I am giving for the angle here for Yamashita. Let's go ahead and check this out. Going to the outside zone 1. Throttle all the way, does dip a tire, but right here flicks it. Dabbed on the e-brake right there, but making it through the inside clip and pours on a lot of angle at the outside zone 3.
So definitely cleaned up his run this time around. Got a 75 for his first qualify run.
I think this could be a little bit more.
Yeah.
Compared to his first run.
But yeah, we're moving along. We're a little bit more than halfway through the 46 drivers on this second portion of qualifying here at the 2023 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan. There you go, 82 for Yamashita. Went from a 75 to an 82.
Into the 80s club.
And here we are at Fuji International Speedway, making it happen. Next up, has an incomplete. Definitely very aggressive driver. You can see by his car, number 5, Tomoki Tanaka in the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsuji JZX100.
Yeah, like I said, yesterday's practice runs that we saw on the drive, Tanaka was laying down some impressive runs, so looking forward to seeing that.
And look at this, coming around, oh, looks like he held a little bit back, entering into that outer zone 1, bringing it back around to this outer zone 2, hugging inside through the inside clip and able to carry it out to that outer zone 3.
Man, it looks like he took the safe route. Maybe it is because he's sitting on an incomplete, but he does get a score for his second run. So let's see what the score is going to be after all the judges have addition. Right there, hesitation at the outside zone 1. Not a whole lot of angle getting poured onto the outside zone 2. A little bit of a steering correction going to the inside clip, and after that finishes off pretty strong. But I'd have to say not what I saw yesterday, and probably not the best runs that Tanaka is able to lay down. He does miss a portion of inside clip as well. So that's going to be deduction made by the line and the style judge. I am currently doing the angle.
There you go, 69 for his qualify run. That's going to be pushing him into the top 32, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't even know what the bubble is, or the borderline is, or whatever you want to call it, but
speaking of bubble, this guy was the bubble, but looks like that thing has already popped. Number 33, Shigahisa Sasayama with the DSL.com Lexus RC 340 F spec. So he was sitting at a 60, which was the bubble. But we've had a lot of incomplete guys score higher than that, so I'm not sure where it's at. It's probably at the low 60s, mid 60s, but here he is coming around to the 3-2-1. Bringing it back around into this outer zone 1. Not quite deep enough. That's not good for him right there. Through that outer zone 2, bringing it into this inside clip. Definitely didn't have a clean start. We'll see if it's going to be enough to bump that 60-point first run he had.
I thought this car would be like super good for a track like this because it's a very big car. Not a whole lot of angle at outside zone 1 and very timid going to the outside zone 2 area. So this is, I mean, as an angle judge, this is going to be a better score for him compared to what the score was for the first run. So I'm not sure how much of it's going to bump up from a 60. But we'll see.
So we'll just wait in anticipation if it's going to be enough to bump his 60-point first qualifier run. Well, it looks like the drone fell, but there you go, 68 for his second qualifier run. We'll see if it's enough. But yeah, they just showed it. Looks like the drone took a spill, but the crew's running out there to go grab it real quick. Now we got to find the drone crew for delaying us. No, they're doing a phenomenal job. They worked with the, not so ideal situation with the fog and everything. Still gave us some aerial footage, and here they are giving us some nice chase footage. So these judges out here can get a good view of where they're placing their cars in some of these zones where the smoke trail's kind of blocking the view.
Did it like fall apart? It's like
it probably crashed and just shattered.
Oh man. I hope it's not like crazy expensive. We got the go. The drone is out of the way.
So we're going to see how this next driver debuting his car today, his F22 BMW number 9 Yukio Matsui in the Ocean with M2 Evolution. Insane LS built BMW. Got a 72 on his first qualifier run. We'll see how he's going to do. And that right there, you can see the trunk. That's all dry carbon. I was able to pick it up with one finger. I posted on my Instagram of how light it was, and I was just like, this is insane.
Are you sure it wasn't just you're super strong and like unhumanly power?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. I'm
not okay.
I'm not strong.
It was like, it wasn't just you being strong, it would be heavy for me.
So you're saying I'm strong? Are you hitting on me?
Why am I hitting on you?
Because you said I'm strong.
Yeah, but so if I said somebody say, hey, you're strong, am you hitting on them?
No, but you keep you're giving me these eyes that they can't see through the camera.
No, I'm trying to, tell everybody
it's okay, man.
Kenny's
it's okay.
Dude.
It's okay. All right, we're waiting for him to get the go-ahead. Make sure the track workers are off the track to make this happen. I think we're down to our last 15, 20 drivers. We're ready to see you throw down, Robbie.
Throw down what?
A run.
Yeah, right. Y'all don't want to see this old dirt washed up.
I would love to see the Fuga out here.
Man, that thing won't do anything. I'll probably...
Nah, I think... All right, here we are. He's getting his run in right here. 72 is what he's sitting on. Definitely has to make it, boost it up, make a mark for this debut of this BMW coming around this outer zone 2. Ooh. Nice angle through there, but washing out a little bit through that inside clip, but staying with it right there, trying to carry it through this outer zone 3 into the finish.
Yeah, he had to take out some angle towards the end after he pushed out the angle, pouring out the angled outside zone 2. But he does have to take away some at the inside clip as he was approaching that. Well, he was kind of far from the inside clip right here. Very smooth, and he keeps that momentum going. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive by Matsui. His second run. definitely more angle score from me than his first run. But let's see what else is going to happen, because he did miss inside clip one completely.
And there you go, 72 once
Ooh,
again.
Same. All right.
So we'll see. Everybody keeps asking about Robbie running. So it's crazy to think 10 years ago, we saw the, what is it called, the program, and Robbie was actually in there competing out here at Fuji. So
Yes,
an R33, right?
Yeah, I bought an R33 a month before the event and just made it work.
I don't know how you do it, but next up right here, number 74, we'll talk more about that, is number 530, Wataru Masuyama in the Good Ride Motorsports GR Yaris. Here he is coming around into this 3-2-1, bringing it back around to outer zone 1. Nice job into that outer zone 1, bringing it back around. Look at that, fully committed, all throttle, bringing it back around. Could have been a little closer into that inside clip, making an adjustment to try to get to the outer zone 3. But I don't know if that's going to be enough for his first qualifier run with the 74.
Yeah, a lot of adjustments going on there from the outside zone 2 and the inside clip area, and that's probably the hardest area, I think, because a lot of people are making mistakes there. Right here, not being able to keep the angle poured on through the inside clip, and he does wash out to the outside, almost goes tires off at before the outside zone 3 area, misses inside clip, and that's not the line you want to be on. But I have to give him the score for the angle itself. So yeah, so you can see he's very offline. He does throw a lot of a good amount of angle throughout the outside zone 1-2 area right there. So let's see what the other judges have in mind as well. Hey, they were slacking right now. They're like, oh, camera. Oh, same score as earlier. Masuyama got a 74 on his first run and a 74 on his second run. I'm pretty sure being in the 70s should be good enough. But yeah, like you said, 10 years ago I was here and I was actually competing. And, you know, in Japan I didn't have a program. I did everything in the US, so it was just more of just for fun. But like I said, you know, I did find a car that was like a temporary car that I put together real quick, but made it top 16, so that was pretty cool.
Here we go. Got a 72 on his first qualifier run. Number 96, Katsuhiro Meguro. See how he's going to do on his second qualifier run.
A lot of throttle coming from Meguro.
Bringing it back around right here into this inside clip.
Oh.
Looks like he held off just a little bit to let the car settle and then got right back on it into that outer zone 3. We'll see how much the judges are going to take away from him on that.
You know, I mean, that was kind of a waste because I liked the way he was approaching outside zone 1, and the amount of angle and throttle and commitment that he had was very nice right here, as you can see the smoke screen. But after that right here, he switched back a little bit too early, had the yank on the e-brake to kind of extend the car, loses some angle going from inside clip, and had to pour a little bit more angle going to the outside zone 3 area. So I wouldn't say this is the smoothest. It was very dynamic to see Meguro attack outside zone 1, but everything kind of started to fall apart after that. Had to actually move his way out to the outside zone 3 area to get back on the right line. But let's see what the line and the style judges have.
And there you are. 70. Looks like 72 for his first qualifier run is what he's going to have to take to the top 32.
Hey, and as of now, I don't even know if you're safe to be in the 60s.
Yeah, right now.
Looks like we're getting a lot of 70s now. So if you're on the bubble, you know, you got to watch out.
This driver right here sitting right on the bubble with a 69, number 666 Shichimano, in the Vittor Racing with Chari Boy Style 1 Via.
Yeah, so another young driver and almost like a privateer pretty much, and been in the series for a couple years now. Let's see what he's got.
Here he is coming around outer zone 1. Nice job getting into that outer zone 1 to back to the outer zone 2. But here it is. He's got to close it up and drag it out all the way out to this outer zone 3.
Man, and I don't know if it's the power or the grip or, you know, the balance of it or whatever, but then it seems like he can't hold or kick out a lot of angle through the whole track. and not fully committed, leaving in the outside zone 2 area right here. He misses the inside clip. And a little shallower going to the outside zone 3. But he does get a score, and hey,
bumped him up into the 70s.
So I gave him a 20 for angle. Now I gave him a 21, and he had a 69 and he bumped up to a 70. So it must have been that angle. And now coming to see the 4-time champion Andrew Gray driving the Team Kazama with PowerVehicles.com JZX100 Mark II.
The last one sitting on an incomplete for these runs. We're going to see how he's going to do. He had a super aggressive run, went airborne on that inside clip. Let's see how he's going to do this time around. He didn't let any throttle go throughout outer zones 1 and 2. It looks like he's doing it again, coming back around in this outer zone 2 here. Cleaning it up right there on that inside clip. Nice job getting right back on it into this outer zone 3 and smacking the limiter all the way through to the finish.
The outside 2 wasn't as aggressive, and it looked like he took it a little easy, but I would have to say overall, very clean run by Andrew Gray. A lot of throttle, as you can see. You cannot see behind that smoke screen that he's laying down right now. A little timid going to outside zone 2. Pulling out a little bit of angle at the inside clip, but the rest of the track looks pretty good. So as an angle score, he is getting a score, and he will be getting a score for line and style as well. And let's see what that is going to add up to.
Definitely love the commitment by Andy. There you go, 81. So he's going to be on the safe side of the house.
He's in the 80s club too. Nice job coming from an incomplete, but very nice run by Andrew Gray.
So next on the line, sitting at a 71, he's a 2022 Thailand Drift Champion in a S15. Number 56, Ming Ming. He's in the Mr. DIY Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange vehicle. And here he is. Suffered a little bit of drivetrain issues during his, I think, top 16 or grade 8 that he did at the Ebisu round. And look at that. Full throttle through outer zone 1, bringing it right back around into that outer zone 2, cleaning it up into this inside clip and staying right back on it into that outer zone 3. That second half was very clean by Ming Ming right there.
Yeah, so very gentle style of driving, not super aggressive, but taking the wide line and not pouring so much angle, but I think good enough. Outside zone 1 and the flick to the 2 is very nice, very clean. Right here being a little shallow, going to inside clip to the outside zone 3 area, but finishes off very strong. So looking forward to seeing Ming Ming, and hopefully the score jumps up because he's sitting on a 71 right now.
Yeah, and we're not sure how safe that is. There you go, the Team Orange, Linglong Tires, Team Fukushima.
Ooh, 78. That's a big leap from a 71. That's a 7-point jump for Ming Ming. And the Linglong Tire and the Team Fukushima girls.
Looks like they're happy with the score, but here we are, number 21. Ken Gucci is sitting at the line in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles, Lexus IS 500 F Sport. Let's see how he's going to do. Coming all the way out from the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants to get into the 80s club too, because he's sitting on a 79 right now.
Sitting right on that edge right there with a 79. See how he's going to do on his second qualifier run. He struggled through practice, but we saw his first qualifier run and was like, man, where was this the whole time? Here he is coming around outer zone 1 here, coming in real hot right there. Could have been just a little bit deeper through that zone, bringing it right back around, filling outer zone 2. Nice job into this inside clip here, getting right back on it into this outer zone 3.
All right, I would have to say angle-wise very similar to what I saw earlier on his 79-point run, but I think he is filling the zones fairly well right there. He looks like he's a little short on outside zone 1 on the line, but right here, a little bit of a wobble going from outside zone 2 to the inside clip and finishing off strong here. So a good job by Ken Gucci. In some areas, maybe better or maybe less from his first run, but as an angle, good job overall and very smooth. And not much of a twitching and fixing the angle, very clean.
So we'll see if that was enough to bump him up into the 80s club. There you go, 77. Unfortunately, 79 is what he's going to take, hopefully to the top 32.
77. So, I'm sorry, 79. So that's a very safe number to see to make it into the top 32. And I think most of these drivers are all in their 70s and 80s from now. I think we have 13 more drivers to go. We have 2 drivers actually that are still in their 60s, and one of them is Matsuyama.
And this driver right here, the first one to make it in the 80s, Takatoshi Imamaida in the 5X Tire Navigate S14. Look at that. Bringing it in real high into the outer zone 1. Oh, huge angle there.
Wow.
He had nothing to lose. He's sitting on an 81. He's sitting real safe. And I got to say, talk about some heat he brought into that outer zone 1. Looks like he's trying to fire the car back up.
Hey, you know what? But that's called, this is why we started drifting. We want to do something impressive and do something crazy. And that's exactly what he was going for. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but you know, in my terms, that was cool, right?
Yes,
that was cool.
For 1/4 of the track, yes.
Yeah, 1/4 of the track, that was really cool. Wow, I think far in the horizon we see like the smoke, we see the cloud and whatever fog it is, like right split, like a straight, I don't even know how to explain it, and you guys won't see it on the camera. Well, that's an incomplete by Imamaida, but he is sitting on a 81.
Next at the line, sitting at a 73 currently, is number 311, Naoto Suenaga in the Atlas Tire Drift Team Fukushima RZ34 Fairlady Z.
Yeah, let's see if Suenaga could change it up, because he knows it's pretty much fully dry here on the track. Now let's see if he could attack it.
This man makes tandem battles look easy, and here he is coming around outer zone 1. Nice job filling that outer zone 1. Ooh, nice flick into this outer zone 2, bringing it back around through the inside clip to that outer zone 3.
A little bit wobbly at the outside zone 2 when he made the flick, but he does throw a little bit more angle out than his earlier run we saw. And I think it's a good job. He is building his confidence to keep the car sideways, and it looks like he does throw it pretty hard and does get out of shape a little bit, but overall fairly clean run. Right here, it looks like he's really tight on the lines too. And I know he's one of those drivers that are, you know, I mean, he's a veteran, so he knows where he has to place his car to get as close as possible to whatever score he wants. Here you go, Ling Long tire. Close up there. I don't know how to explain that, but
there you go, 76. A little bit of a points boost for him, 76. Yeah, and I should have said that he does have the car disguise. It's a 400Z shell, but the chassis is actually 370Z.
Yeah, the one he drove last year.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Beautiful bodywork done to it, but here we are. New car for this driver. He's sitting on an 81 right now, number 111. Tetsuya Hibino, wild driver, insane driver, likes to impress. Good Ride Motorsports 400Z.
Yeah, he kind of throws down.
Yes, so. He really does. He was in the Liberty Walk S15 last year. Here he is with Good Ride, bringing it down right here. Brand new Z. Look at that hard flick. Holding on to it right there. Coming back around through the inside clip into outer zone 3.
All right, so I just have to double check to see.
I don't know if he had enough angle.
Inside clip area, yeah, but we don't want too much, obviously. But right here. Yeah, I had to pull out a little bit at the.
At the second half, outer zone 2, yeah, he did have to pull out a little bit to make sure he was going to make it to that inside clip.
Yeah, that's like a borderline almost backy, but not. If that makes sense.
Everybody online liked it.
Oh, I liked it. I liked it. So
but
that's not an incomplete or unchaseable.
But like for them, you got to put your mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like
of,
if it's like over 90 degrees, we have to really think about it because we have to talk about tandem. But I think that was like borderline okay, and it was really exciting to see.
There you go, 81 again for him.
There you go, 81. Wow, so pretty much he got a 27 for all the judge criterias.
So next up, now we're in the top 10 drivers in the overall points. Here we are, just on that edge of the top 10. Number 70 said Yusuke Kusaba in the Team Cusco Racing GR86 got a 76 on his first qualify run. He's done a phenomenal job so far this year, and he's definitely stepped it up from last year. So I expect nothing but, you know, an insane run, because 76 is pretty safe right now, so he has nothing to lose.
And it's dry.
That's true.
And it's Fuji.
And I think he was the first oh wow from Robbie yesterday. So here he is coming around, dipping a tire right there, but coming back around. Whoa. Huge angle coming back around. No. Just sending it into this outer zone 3.
Oh, that was too much.
It still was cool though.
Yeah, it looked cool, but there was too much, and there was a lot of weight because he had to wait for the car to settle. So I think he chucked it a little bit too hard, but it did look cool. But I have to, you know, judge it as I have to judge it. So right there. Yeah, pulling out the angle. Probably not going to be good.
There you go, the Cusco Racing girl cheering on the driver. Let's see how he's going to do. 76 was his first qualify run, and obviously you could see huge mistake from outer zone 2 to that inside clip. There you go, 63. Weren't expecting much due to that huge mistake he made, because it definitely wouldn't have been a good lead run if it was tandem battles, but that was our top 10 driver right there. Now we're moving along. Next up is going to be number 58, Kazuhiro Kubo. He's currently sitting on a 65. Not sure if that's going to be safe, but he's in the vacancy 180SX. Leaving the chicane now, approaching the 3-2-1. He's got to pick it up here, because 65, I don't think it's too safe right now, because a lot of the incompletes have been filled, and here he is coming around outer zone 1. Nice job right there through outer zone 1, bringing it right back around to the outer zone 2. Could have been a little deeper in that outer zone 2, but right there into that inside clip, and right back around to outer zone 3.
Wow, he's pouring on a lot of throttle and a lot of angle too. I definitely think that's going to be more than a 65. But I'd have to say it was very smooth and a lot of throttle. But I wouldn't say there was a whole lot of commitment though, because it still looked safe, even though he was doing something really dynamic. He made it all the way out to the outside zones, made it out pretty much close to the outside zone 2, did miss it a little bit, did miss a little bit of the inside clip, and right here makes it pretty much to the edge of the track at the outside zone 3. So I'd have to say fairly good job. There you go.
76, a huge improvement, 11-point improvement for
Hey, you know
Kubo.
what? I literally think that if you're in your 60s, you're pretty much not. It's not going to be good.
And it looks like there's only one more driver in his 60s for these last 8 drivers. But next up is number 31, Koldai Sobagiri. He's sitting at a 77. He's in the Shibata Racing Yokohama GR86.
Yeah, and I remember, you know, Sobagiri from last round, he did a one more time with Kale in the tandem, and it was one of the best tandems I've seen that weekend.
Exactly, and here he is ripping into this outer zone 1. We told him to keep that aggression the rest of the year, and here he is bringing it right back around, making that VR work today right there through outer zone 3.
No lift.
Nope.
That was no lift.
Look at the smoke right now.
Look at this.
It connects all the way around.
that was his throttle broke. Stuck open. 2 tires off there, but right there, flicks it. Maybe a little bit short there, but look at the angle and look at the way he takes inside clip. This is probably one of the most, complete angle run that I've seen.
Like full throttle the whole way, not letting
yeah,
go.
And he didn't flick it hard at outside zone 2, but he did make it a point where he was on throttle and did not let off either. Wow. That was pretty amazing there.
We'll see the anticipation right there.
There
86.
you go, 86. New points leader. New points leader
That
right
was a
here,
solid
86.
run.
And you know what? That was well deserved. Well deserved. And that line score right there, that was probably that area where he missed a little bit. Ooh, now he got an 86, and I'm pretty sure this driver wants to be in the 80s as well. This is car number 123, Mad Mike Woodette, driving the Team Magic with Red Bull FD. And he was telling us last event, this may be one of the oldest chassis that are still in the FD Japan. I think it's like an early 90s car, yeah.
You're right. And here he is coming around, 4-rotor, twin turbo, bringing it around to the 3-2-1 into outer zone 1. Look at that, coming in real high. Nice job, bringing it right back around. Not letting off much. Here he is into this inside clip. The man performs for the people, and right there, he made it happen into that outer zone 3, finishing really strong and still full throttle all the way.
What did we just witness right now? Because that was a perfect angle score from the outside zone 1 and 2, and I'm gonna have to check the replay. And same as Sobagiri, no lift. His throttle broke too. Look at that. On throttle. Oh, man.
Very exciting run by Mad Mike right there. That's what he does best right there. Puts people on their feet and makes them just drop their jaws and make like Robbie go, oh man, oh man.
I mean, are you excited, guys? Are you guys watching this? Are you guys excited too?
I see a lot of high 80 scores. We'll see though if it's enough to beat Sobagiri. There you go. 87!
New points leader!
Right there. Throwing down, making it happen. This has been a busy man. He just came from the States. He was at Pikes Peak, and here he is throwing down 87-point runs, leading the race in qualify.
Man, that was. Did you guys witness that? That was pretty crazy. Yeah.
He's awake now.
Yes, I am.
But here we are, the next driver coming up. He's already in the 80s. He's sitting at an 81 right now. It's only going to get better and better from here. It's going to be number 36, Kazumi Takahashi in the TMS Racing Team Cylon Tire BMW E92. Like I said, he's sitting at an 81. He won Fuji last year. So we're going to see how he's going to do. He's going to want this top spot. So he's got to throw down. Hopefully his spotter chimed in his ear. Hey, you need to turn up this time around. Coming around into this outer zone 1. Look at that smoke trail. Nice job filling that zone, flicking it right back around. Just a little shy in that outer zone 2. Correction right there, leaving that inside clip. Very exciting run still, but you saw the a little bit corrections throughout those zones.
So, see, this is kind of, when you see something near perfect, right? Then you see something after that, then you can, it's more easier to see what the mistakes are, I think, that is made. Right here, I think the commitment going to the outside zone 2 area and the way he poured the angle on and inside clip, that area he did make a mistake. But man, this is still a good run. We're talking about, you know, this is nearly perfect from all these drivers.
There's the replay right there, the chase footage by the drone. All right, 79. So unfortunately, he'll have to keep his first qualify run.
Here's another exciting driver that can probably pull off something crazy.
For real, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
He usually throws down major angle. Let's see what he's going to do. He's sitting on a 74, fan favorite 555 Yukio Fausto in the Side X Japan with Cylon tire and Liberty Walk S15. He's got more power this year. That means more angle and more smoke. So let's see it happen right here. Coming around the 3-2-1 into this outer zone 1 right here. Looks like he held back just a little bit, flicking right back around into this outer zone 2 to that inside clip out to outer zone 3. Not sure if this is gonna be enough for that 74 points first qualifier run to boost up, because that entry into that outer zone 1, he just couldn't make his car get out there.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt his line score. And as an angle score, he does pour on a good amount of angle, but I would have to say it wasn't enough to get anything closer to a perfect as an angle judge. Now, really depends on what the line and the style judge is going to give Yukio Fausto. There you go, it's a Fausto Drift Life shirt. There's his fans out here and probably his fam cheering him on. And I know he's one of the fan favorites out here.
Exactly. Go hit him up for one of those cool shirts right there.
Look
Go
at that, the
support that
baby's
driver.
hungry for some sweatshirt string thingy. I don't know what they call it.
There you go, 66. So he'll keep that 74-point first qualifier run. Pretty close to what y'all were saying out there on the chat. I see a 66, 67-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are pretty on point. But this guy right here sitting on a 66 needs to get out of this 66-point run.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened with the first run, but...
Yeah. Number 774, Hokuto Matsuyama in the Cusco Racing A90 Supra. Champ from last year. He's in a new chassis this year. Says he likes it, so let's see how he's going to perform here on his second qualifier run, because 66 is not too safe. And look at that, stretching it out all the way out to the max of outer zone 1 and outer zone 2, bringing it back to this inside clip.
Man, there's something
and once
going
again,
on.
that was the same spot, leaving the inside clip to outer zone 3. He just wasn't able to get out there.
Now the angle is pretty much going to be a 0 at the outside zone 3 because he didn't have any. Good angle, that's probably a full score there. Not full, but pretty high right there, going to outside zone 2 to 3, or 2 to inside. Ooh. He does still have, counter steer right there. Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, not looking good. This looks exactly like his original run, his first qualifier run that he had, where he left the inside clip, and then whenever he was approaching the outer zone 3, I don't know if it was power, gearing, or what, coming into that zone, he couldn't keep it in a nice solid drift with angles. So not sure what happened. Maybe we'll get more word on it. There you go, 67. So 1 point higher. I don't know if that's going to be enough for him. The bubble has definitely popped from what it was, which was at a 60. I don't know if 67 is going to be enough, but this driver coming up has an 83 right now.
Ooh.
Impressed us all. We're going to see how he's going to do, if he can impress us again. Number 57, Kanta in the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange JZX 100 Chaser. Got an 83. Here he is.
They're all just here having fun. They're all now going to just try to better themselves.
Look at that, coming in drift way before the 3-2-1. Here he is, coming around outer zone 1. Nice job right there, filling that zone. Maxing out here to outer zone 2 into this inside clip. Nice job. Oh man, not making it easy for these judges right now, because that was a beautiful run by Kanta.
The approach going to both of the outside zone 1 and 2 is pretty much almost perfect. And what I have to say is he's not as aggressive at the outside zone 1 and the 2 like the other drivers that we saw, but he does really well here at the inside clip and keeps that angle through going to the outside zone 3. He does a really good job through here, so very, very smooth driver.
So Kanta right now sitting 3rd overall at 122 in points. Round 2 at Ebisu, he got 3rd, podiumed. Last year at FDJ 2022 here at Fuji, he got 3rd. He's got to break that cycle. He's got to break that cycle.
He's got to break that cycle. Look at that there, Team Fukushima and the Linglong girls, and that's the Mr. DIY girl.
Cheering him on.
Man,
we're going to see.
Bam, angle, throttle.
commitment.
This is
all
what's
the way
cool
through.
about Fuji, when there's a lot of smoke, because like you saw these past couple drivers that were just, 86. Oh man, he missed Mad Mike by 1 point.
Oh, and he just, I think, gets Sobagiri.
He's tied with Sobagiri. Ooh, but then they're going to go to the second best. So
yes, I think he's got him. But we're going to see. But hey, I'm not even going to hold my breath just yet. We got our top 2 drivers right now this season. Here you go. We have Masanori Kohashi. He's done a phenomenal job so far. He's in the Linglong Tire Drift. Team Orange, 890 Supra, already in drift right there. Got an 81 on his first qualifier run. Bringing it around to outer zone 1 right there. Nice job filling that zone. Flicking it right back around. Could have been a little bit deeper right there through outer zone 2, but not letting go of the throttle all the way through into the outer zone 3 to the finish.
Oh man, I wish I'm being super picky. That was pretty much perfect for the angle, but the only area right here from the outside zone 1 to 2, then right. Well, you know what? Actually, watching the replay again, see, this is what makes this kind of messes with you when you see it on the first run.
And right there, you can see the link for the scores right now for Qualify. Click on the link, check it out. We have one more Qualify driver, or one more driver that's going to be qualifying for their second run after this score that comes in. And man, these last few scores have been pretty intense. Right now, 87 is our highest qualify run by Mad Mike Widet.
And I think the only difference, well, I won't say anything until we see the score.
All right, let's see. Oh, 83.
Oh, 83. Yeah, and I almost gave him a perfect angle score. The only difference from him and Mad Mike got a full score on the angle was the flick that they did from the 1 to 2. He was a lot more milder. He reached the angle, the highest position of angle where he had to be, but then it wasn't as quick as how Mad Mike did it. And that was only 1 point that I took off. But hey, everything else looked really great.
We're going to see how this next driver goes, though. He was sitting first in the first round of qualifying for his first qualify run. He's got to knock out Mad Mike here. He knocked him out last round at Ebisu, but here he is coming around 3-2-1 into outer zone 1, getting that car into that outer zone 1, flicking it back around into this outer zone 2, not letting go of the throttle, just slightly letting go through there into that inside clip, into this outer zone 3. Look at that, hitting the limiter all the way through into the finish. What a way to finish the day of qualify right there. Solid run.
Man, this qualifying got excited pretty fast when it started to dry up, because all these drivers are just, you know, coming out, showing us what's going on right there. Very nice.
And we say it time and time again. Hiroya Minoa, 13 years old, killing it out there. Got an 85 on his first qualify run, making it look easy, and his GR is Cusco GR Yaris.
Wow.
So we'll see. Is it going to be enough to knock Mad Mike from the top, sitting at an 87?
I don't know. Mad Mike's run was pretty.
It was very exciting.
It was intense. It was very exciting.
Yeah, it puts you at the edge of your seat. We'll see. But yeah, if you want to come out here, we'll be out here tomorrow for top 32 and top 16. Come join us.
Yeah, make sure you watch the tandem, because that's what's exciting too, other than the qualify we have. The Cusco girl is waiting for her score, or waiting for Minoa's score. Oh!
My goodness.
88, so that's a point more, and he beats Mad Mike. Mad Mike was about to be the first #1 qualifier, and he beats Mad Mike. Gets an 88.
I'm speechless right now.
Hey, you know what? You never know. You never know what you're going. You never know what's going to happen until the end. But pretty much all the. I mean, I'm sorry. All these 80-something, late 80 scores is pretty much like pretty much like hundreds to me, basically. The highest scores are the hundreds. So, good job by these drivers.
I'm checking the
Man,
chat out
yeah,
now.
I mean, I'm just you know, in shock and awe because, you know, this escalated real fast because the qualify was super good.
Yeah.
And you know what? It started off slow, and, you know, once again, the fog and everything, it made you feel gloomy. But being able to see this and the drivers attacking it, and after it got dry, it just got crazy because everybody just went whoop and just turned that up. Turned it up.
I'm still kind of speechless, but yeah, that was a phenomenal job, man. Thank you, Fuji-san, for, you know, protecting us from the rain, cleaned it up. Let's see this right here. Top
All right, so
qualifier
yeah,
run.
I'm just gonna. I would just, if I was everybody, I would just study this run. Right on. Oh, maybe a tire. I'm not sure. But right on the edge. But like we were saying at the drivers' meeting too, it's at the asphalt, and I would see that maybe a point or two off on the line, and. I did give him a 29 for the angle because of the outside zone 1. Gave him a 10 for the outside zone 2. And the inside clip, he keeps the angle. Look at how smooth it is all the way to the outside zone 3.
Yeah. Man, this kid impresses time and time again. He took round 1 at Suzuka Twin, you know, just barely missed it. Round 2, he got 4th. He's sitting number 1 in points right now overall with a 173. And here he is taking on, you know, winning the first for qualify.
Wow. Hey, someone told me I need a helmet and throw me the keys. I don't want to go and embarrass myself, so I'm good.
Show us how it's done.
No. Now let's just keep it that way. That was very exciting, and I don't think I could top that.
If you want to, you can see Robbie's qualify run from 2014. It's probably in the archives somewhere.
No, don't do it, because if we saw it now, that'd be like a 60-point run.
Hey,
you know how embarrassing it is to see old runs?
But I'll give you this, though. You were way underpowered against all these guys.
Yeah,
in these
but
builds.
that's no excuse. It's no excuse.
It's my excuse.
No,
So
it's
all
no
good.
excuse. It's, you know, the past is the past. The guys that are doing everything great now is what matters. I'm not going to live off my former glories.
That's his humble side right
no,
there.
I
Very
mean, that's
humble
how
man.
it should be with everybody. It's like it's what you do now is what's most important.
Oh, yeah, it's
It is.
the evolution of it all.
Yes,
So, yes,
it
it's
is.
evolving, and you can see right there, 13 years old, he's definitely going to make a difference and make a change and make things happen here for drifting and professional drifting at that.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. He was just on TV the other day. I got to see recording because I missed it. But very educational for the normal crowd that doesn't know drifting. And, you know, being part of this community and also being one of the drivers that, you know, are spreading the sport. And this is probably what we see mainly, and this is why I'm a big fan of this sport, is because I want to help the sport out and be able to reach out to as much people as possible so they can come and see us, you know? I don't want to, you know, let's talk about something cool. I don't want to sound like a dad right now.
Well, at the end of the day, thank you all. I'm looking at some of the chats. No, thank you guys. I know you guys said thank you, Kenny. Thank you guys for tuning in, staying up. We had a 2-hour delay, so that dragged out a lot of people, whether it was in the U.S. or other parts of the world. Your time, whether you had to take a nap, wake up early, or just, you know, rode it out and pulled an all-nighter.
Hey, you know what? And thank you to Sean from coming from all the way from the U.S. To come and judge and join us on the judging panel. And, you know, it's going to be a very busy year for us. We're going to be, you know, going back and forth in the U.S. and Japan. But thank you for watching today. And don't forget, we have the tandems tomorrow from Top 32. It's going to start, the girls thing is going to start at 8:30 in the morning. So you can start watching that. And we're going to start the Top 32 from 9:10 tomorrow morning. And that's Japan time, Pacific time. Make sure you don't get that confused. Come back tomorrow to see us. And if you don't like us, just mute us. But watch the cars and watch the excitement that the drivers can offer to you guys.
Exactly. And if you miss out and you don't catch any of these, go to the Formula Drift Japan Instagram or Facebook. They got it posted on there for the scheduled time all around the world. It's got global times.
All right. And see you guys tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.
身のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
バリのタイヤ。 Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Had a brand new bending inlet all the way through, just throws a. I mean, early
極限の世界。そこでこそ磨かれる本物がある。クスコ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC